Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Arsenal versus Spurs. This is it, guys. A North London derby. Let me get my audio sorted out because I'm running a little bit behind. Sorry about that, guys. I went out to a retreat today, yoga retreat, from 9 o'clock this morning. And by the way, I don't do early mornings. Don't do it. Never on the schedule. I'm always up late night on a Saturday, whether it's watching American football or NBA. And had to wake up extra early this morning at 8 o'clock to go out to the retreat. So not normally a Sunday, that's usual for that kind of activity, but yet here I am. Gary, how's your weekend, bro?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. My under-11s were victorious again today, winning 2-0. So it's 4 wins in a row now, so we're doing all right.
Nice. Big up to everybody out there in Arsenal land. Hope you guys are doing well. Let me go and get the team sheet for you all if I can find it. Let me just log into Facebook and go onto the forum, which is where I've put the team sheet down here. Yeah, let me know how you guys are getting on, man, for this weekend. How much are you looking forward to this game? Cannot wait to see. I'm still going with a 2-1 Arsenal win, guys. Still going with that prediction. Gary?
Yeah, I am going for 3-1 to Arsenal.
3-1 to Arsenal. Okay.
3-1 to Arsenal. Yeah, I think they'll get the obligatory penalty. But I think we'll be out of sight before they get that.
Excellent. So
I think it's all about the start today, isn't it?
Yeah, it is all about this. The start for sure, guys. Let me get this up here, and let me change this. Let me get the team sheet up so that we can talk about that. Let's see here, Arsenal Spurs. So we got the banner up, and the team sheet. Here we go. So, guys, we don't have to stress about the team sheet because it's business. No, it's going to be the same team that is pretty much been. Lewis, big shout out to you, Lewis. How's your weekend going? Really good to see you, brother. Can't wait to hear your views and opinions on the game today. And that speaks to the rest of you as well. And also, Lewis, let me know what your prediction is for the game today as well. A lot of people have got their... we're hearing all kinds of stuff. We're in 2-2, 1-1, 3-1 Arsenal, 2-0 Arsenal, 1-0 Arsenal. Not a lot of people have been saying that Spurs are favourites to win today. In fact, even the preview we did the other day with Andy, who's a Spurs fan, he said his heart says 3-2 to Spurs, but his head is saying 3-1 to Arsenal. So we kick off, guys. We're kicking off live. Let's get rid of the team sheet, guys, because there's no real team sheet news. Like I said, it's business as is. Gary, what are you looking forward to today?
To be honest, I think all form goes out the window in this game, doesn't it? It doesn't matter where you are in the league or what league you're in. It's Arsenal versus Spurs. I'm just looking forward to a solid performance. You know, just do what we do and don't worry about what they've got. I don't think obviously they've got Kane, but I just don't see them having anything to hurt our defence. They've been playing really poorly, and that's why all the Spurs fans are worried, you know, because they see how their team's been playing over the last few games. So I just think we have to focus on ourselves, and hopefully I'll be happy to come out of this game with a point. 3 is great, but as long as we don't get beat, I think that puts us in good position with Man United up next week.
For real, man. I mean, and that's why this game is so important, because it sets the tone. If you win today, you're starting to run off into the stratosphere with an 8-point lead. Big shout out to Alex. Alex, let me know what your prediction is, whether you think it's going to be a draw. I think, Alex, you might have said a 2-2 draw, you know, I'm not sure. But let me know what yep, that's exactly what he said. Alex has said 2-2 draw. G is going for 2-0 Arsenal. Lewis says, been a good, what about you? And I think Arsenal 3-2 to them. I'm going for 2-1 to Arsenal, Lewis. I'm going for 2-1. As the game is picked up here, Arsenal in heavy press. As we can see, Arsenal in heavy press. Not giving Tottenham a lot of time on the ball. Thomas Partey's just blocked a cross coming in there. So again, a pretty fast start. Tottenham know they need to fast start. Otherwise, they could be really up against it once the game settled down and Arsenal start to take control over the game in the midfield. Because that's really where it is, guys. The game's going to be won in the midfield. They simply don't have nothing to counter Zinchenko, Odegaard, Xhaka and Partey. They really don't. And while they've got Chilachensky back today, it's just not enough. Holberg, and they got the Saar, they got the new young kid starting for them. It's not going to be enough. 18 is going for 3-0 Arsenal. So Spurs know that they have to come out of the blocks today and they need a fast start. Arsenal playing the ball out of the back here at the moment. Spurs look like they're in press. Yeah. Spurs are in press. Gary, you're probably going to be ahead of me at the moment. I'm 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
No, I'm 1 minute 40.
Oh, okay. So I'm ahead. Excellent.
Yeah, you're ahead of me. Let me see if I can find another stream.
So you can see, guys, Song and is pretty much dragging Ben White out left, but I trust Ben White would do a better job. Last year, when we played him at the end of the season, we were in all sorts. We were injury-ridden, and we had Rob Holding starting. We had Cedric Soares starting as well. I mean, we had injuries all over the place. It was a complete and utter mess. We had no Thomas Partey. So Arsenal were really struggling. But at the moment now, you look, Arsenal are at full strength. Saliba there trying to keep. Look at that. Arsenal playing the ball out of the back really well. Lewis saying, what is your opinion on Chelsea's snatching of Mudryk? I have talked about that on Twitter. Look, I think Chelsea was well within their rights to do what they did. It's way over and above. They've given Shakhtar. Look at this. Arsenal on the edge of the box at the moment. Martinelli got the ball on the left. He's got two players in front of him. He gets past them. His shot gets blocked. I think, Chelsea offered exactly what Shakhtar wanted and a little bit more. It's £88.5 million. And they've given the player, we offered the player €40,000 a week. They've offered them 200,000 a week. So they have increased Arsenal's offer by a factor of 5. So they have increased Arsenal's offer by a factor of 5 to the player. So you can imagine the player's currently on €8,000 a week. Arsenal offered him 40, and he was doing all of these belly dances in order to come to Arsenal. And Chelsea have come in and said, look, we'll make you rich overnight. We'll give you 200 grand, which is 5 times more than what Arsenal are offering you. And Mudryk obviously is jumped at the chance. Look, this guy's plays less than 30 league games. He's a pup. He's unproven. He's gone
spread it.
He's gone for 5 times his salary and double what he was worth on the open market, which is 50 million euros. So look, I feel no way about Arsenal. Arsenal have conducted themselves professionally. They've done it the right way. They got outbidded in the end. Arsenal was never going to pay 100 million for that player. Never. So it is what it is. And look, fair play to Shakhtar. And the Shakhtar held out for what they wanted and they got it. It's time for us to move on. David Ornstein's reporting that we're going in for Trossard. So let's see what happens with that. Greetings to you, Andrew. I hope you are going well. And Andrew, please tell me what your predictions are for the game. The first corner of the game goes to Arsenal as Sessegnon tackles White. So it's a corner to Arsenal on Ben White's side, on the right-hand side. And let's see what happens.
Oh, great corner swung in by Saka. I think it was Gabriel at the far post. Spurs player just gets there, second in front of him to stop him from heading the ball into the goal.
Excellent. We just need to get some points out of this game, man. We can't lag behind because it's getting to the point now where everybody. Oh, and Thomas Partey was no, it was Nketiah. It was Eddie was arriving late at the back post on that one. Ball gets switched out to Saka on the right. Gary, I'm 6 minutes and 10 seconds.
6 minutes 30.
Excellent. So you're
go on. Oh, go on, hit it, Eddie. Oh, what a save from Lloris.
Oh, what a save. first big save. See, Eddie's dangerous, man. And look at the press from Arsenal. That's what causes it. It's the pressure from Martinelli.
The pressure from Martinelli on the race.
Yeah,
the race is
yeah.
dodgy with the ball at his feet. When the Reese has got the ball at his feet, he's very dodgy. I mean, look, Martinelli shouldn't get nowhere near him there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Eddie with the first big chance of the game, guys. Lewis said, yeah, 3-2. Lewis said 3-2. G says 5 points from Newcastle, Spurs, and United isn't the worst. Obviously, we want more, but it keeps us top of the league with a cushion. Lose today and maybe against United and is a bit shaky. United are flying high. So they've got something like 9 wins in a row or something like that, from what I read. Shout out to everybody. Hit that like button, guys, on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. But did you see Arteta held his hands in his hair when Lloris made the save on Nketiah?
Well played, Arsenal. Well played. Come on, go on, Ben White. Ben White on the overlap.
You can see there.
Mucks up the cross.
Yeah.
Arsenal nicked the ball. Yeah, Arsenal nicked the ball near the own area.
That's right.
The
Yeah,
passes are out to the right.
The ball out. There we go. Eddie with the hold-up play. Partey now on the right-hand side to Ben White. He's got Saka in space. Saka picks up the ball on the right. Gary, you're slightly ahead of me. The overlap with Ben White. Ben White crosses the ball, and that's a bit of a waste. Oh. Arsenal now, see, this is the reason why Spurs needed to have a fast start, because Arsenal, very, very good in the midfield, dominant in the midfield, picking up the ball in transition, and really Spurs are just completely on the back foot.
Oh, have a look at that, ref. Surely there's a little touch there. Could be a penalty. Play goes on. Martinelli bursts into the box. I think he overruns the ball, but he goes to ground, and the referee's happy to play on.
Yeah.
Well played, Eddie. Great hold-up play.
G saying, if Eddie scores and we win, that's title-winning stuff. Eddie will be so confident. He's already confident, bro. Look at what he's done since Jesus has been out. 4 goals in the last 4 games. If that's not confidence, I mean, I don't know what Arsenal fans expect. I really don't. Yeah, it's good hold-up play from Eddie.
And Eddie gets pulled down from Romero. Free kick, Arsenal, 25 yards out.
Ooh, this is Martin Odegaard territory. Are we looking at Odegaard territory or Thomas Partey territory?
Who's behind it? Hold on. No, sorry, it's a bit further out than that. Probably about 30 yards out. Odegaard placing the ball.
Yeah, man. This is the game today. This is the game that's going to break the chain. Remember in my preview when I said Spurs win at their place, we win at our place, and somebody needs to break the chain. And Arsenal right now looking for 3 points against Tottenham at their ground. It would be a monumental feat. 9 years ago since the Rosicky Rocket dominated.
Free kick comes in. Thomas Partey gets to the ball, heads over the bar.
Oh.
Should have really done better there. It's a free header. 10 yards out, free header.
Yeah. Lewis saying, do you think Odegaard would go to Real Madrid? Not a chance. He's Arsenal's captain. He's well played. He's got a 4-year deal. He's still got 4 years left on his deal. He isn't going anywhere, mate. He's not going anywhere. Yeah, and he's really confident. He's growing at the height of his game at the moment. He's relatively up there with Kevin De Bruyne this season as one of the most creative players in the league. I don't think he's going anywhere. And the player certainly isn't. And the thing is, what you have to remember is, if Real Madrid really trusted the player, then they would have played him. They didn't really play him. He was giving them all the stuff. He went on loan twice, and they didn't want him. So he had a 50 million value on him. We offered 30, and they said, yeah, right, go on then. Take him off our hands. Because, you know, Barcelona and Real Madrid desperate for money. So Odegaard's free kick guys found Partey, but his header was over the bar. It's all Arsenal at the moment.
So the Partey's just handball. Spurs players surrounding the referee. three of them surrounding the referee, demanding that it's a yellow card. I'm sure that's not allowed. I'm sure that's not allowed in the FA rules.
And let's see if the
Nothing
here we
given.
go. Let's see if the FA reprimand Spurs for crowding the referee this week.
Or the Man City players.
And it's just never getting done. Andrew's saying no booking. They only come after Arsenal when it comes to those things, man. It's funny because that looked like a booking to me. That looked like a yellow card. So Partey got away with that one.
I'm not too sure it was a deliberate handball. I think when you're going to block a tackle and you're actually stretching to block the ball, I think it's just your arm's automatically up there. His arm hasn't gone up to actually stop the ball.
Yeah.
But it's all about interpretation, and it's all about how they see it.
So Cam is saying class football out of the press from us. Yeah, really good, man. I can't remember the last time we gave the ball away against in transition coming out of the press against the top quality teams. And he says Martinelli trying to run through defenders again. His decision making has not been at the most desirable level lately. I agree. It's a good point. Totally agree. Totally agree there, bro.
Thomas Partey just has so much time when he gets the ball. He's so calm and collective.
He scored an goal.
Ball's played through to Saka. Brilliant
Saka,
ball from Partey.
Go on.
Saka's through.
That's it. Go on, Saka.
What?
Go on.
Yes! Yes! Come on!
Yes! That's it, son.
I don't know what Lloris is doing there. I have no idea. Saka gets to the byline. He thumps in the cross. It should be food and drink for Lloris. Should be food and drink. It hits Lloris and it goes into the roof of the net. 1-0 Arsenal.
Guys. This is what they were afraid of. Is it almost an own? Are they going to put that as an
it's
own
clearly
goal?
onside. Clearly onside. No chance of offside. I mean, I don't know what Lloris is doing there.
Goalkeeper.
Terrible defending from Sessegnon. I don't know what Lloris is doing. Terrible defending from Sessegnon. He's shown Saka the outside. That hasn't even closed him down. Saka drives to the line. He thumps the cross and it's hit Lloris and it's gone in. And Eddie just heads it in over the line just to double make sure.
Yep, Saka's onside. He's well onside by 2 yards.
It took a slight deflection. It took a slight deflection off of Sessegnon's boot. But Lloris...
He's fluffed it. He's fluffed it. He's gone like this. He's gone like that. And he's gone Flappy-Yansky on us. He's gone
Flappy-Yansky. Dodgy keeper. Hello.
The question is, Gary, is that a Saka's goal or is it an own goal? I think we have to put that as an own goal. So we're
that's an own goal. That's an own goal from Lloris.
Guys, I'm going to have to change the banner here because that's going to have to go in as a Lloris own goal. That was Flappy-Yansky at his best.
But terrible defending from Sessegnon. When you've got a guy like Saka that can go both ways, you can't just show him to the line. You've got to be in between the line and the goal.
What's Saka going with this jump shot celebration, which Martin Odegaard did last week? By the way, guys, the Arsenal players have got a basketball court fitted in their training center for extra activities. So they're all playing basketball now. Now we're starting to see these basketball deuce shots for celebration. Started with Odegaard last week. Crazy stuff, man. What a start from Arsenal. And this is what Tottenham did not want. This is what Lloris
is finished. Lloris is finished. He's over, man.
I said that in the preview. Gary, did you see the Arsenal Spurs preview that was up on the channel yesterday?
No, I didn't. I didn't have time to look at it.
Yeah, that's exactly what we talked about. Andrew
Partey's giving it away. First time I've seen Partey make that mistake.
G says, Lloris, that's so poor. He started shaking with his feet, followed with his hands. Yeah, that was some shaking Stevens there from Lloris. And those of you who are older, who is as old as I am to know who Shakin' Stevens is. Good on you. For the rest of you guys, you have to look it up on Google.
Yeah, I was just going to say Google.
Unbelievable. Wow.
Oh, Spurs on the
Shocking
attack.
goalkeeping.
Spurs on the attack. Oh, what a save by Ramsdale. What a save.
Wow.
So the ball gets played across. Sessegnon's onside. He comes back to the edge area, plays it through. Son's clean through. Ramsdale out, meets the ball. Great save.
Excellent. That's a great save by Ramsdale and the Spurs with their first shot on target. That's well done. It's a good save. I thought Song was offside, to be honest.
Well, I think that there was a player there. This is, again, like interfering with playing it because there's a player in an offside position, but he doesn't go for the ball. And I think Son was onside.
Yo, CJ, what's going on, man? CJ, what time you call this, man? I ain't seen you in ages. Good to see you, bro. Yeah, and CJ says longest time, bro. Yeah, man, all good. I was away for 8 months.
Well played, Zinchenko.
But I'm back now, bro. CJ says we're gonna beat Spurs and United for real, man. We're gonna win the league. After at the end of this month, everyone's gonna know Arsenal's gonna win the league when they're gonna have
Son was onside. But see that Kulusevski just lets the ball roll through his feet. Therefore, in my mind, that's interfering with play.
Yeah. Unbelievable, man. It's good to see all of you guys. CJ, let me know what your prediction is for this game. I've gone 2-1. I believe Gary said, was it 2-1 or 3-1, Gary?
3-1, I said.
3-1, Gary said. Cam says, can the Spuds expect a fine for surrounding the ref? That's exactly what I've been talking about all week. Lee, big shout out to you, Lee. Lee says, afternoon, guys, at work, but listening to you guys. Yeah, big shout out to you, Lee, man. Enough respect.
Go on, take him on, Martinelli. Take him on, Martinelli. Go on.
Let me know what your prediction is for today as well, Lee, mate. Arsenal just been dominating the play.
Go on, Eddie. Shut him down, Eddie.
Spurs had a fast start. But Arsenal in full control now. CJ says 3-0 to
ref.
Arsenal.
Oh, ref! Well done, Eddie. Well done, Eddie. Brilliant.
That's excellent. That's excellent. You can see, look, we're in full press. They don't know what to do with themselves.
So there's a little passage of... Oh, go on.
Come on.
A little passage of play. There's some tackles flying in. Eddie gets off the ground, steamrollers the Spurs player, and then goes through, crosses, and it's just cleared.
I tell you, Eddie's getting stuck in, man. I'm loving it. We're just causing them all kinds of trouble, mate. They can't live with us. Lee's saying 3-0 or more. Shout out to Neomis. Neomis, it'd be lovely to get you on the stream if you can jump on, man. He said he's just woken up listening to you guys for this game. Loving this. Come on, you Gunners. If you can join us, Neomis, that would be great. I would love for you to be here to listen to this and what's going on. We're just loving it. We're all over them. CJ said, my fear is squad depth 101. I hope we can strengthen in Jan. Yeah, I think my question is, every time a fan talks to me about plan B, what is plan B? What does that look like? There's not a lot of quality players out there available. And that's the reason why we're seeing players going for silly money. Because there's just not a lot available. But word is from David Ornstein that we've inquired about Trossard. Doesn't mean we're going to put a bid in for him, but we've phoned Brighton about Trossard. For those of you guys who wasn't aware, Trossard, stunning in the World Cup, great season at the moment. He didn't turn up to training for the last 2 days and demanded a transfer. So that's where it is with Brighton at the moment. And at the moment, no teams come in for him, but Arsenal have inquired about him. It's just an inquiry. That's all so far.
Spurs on the edge of the Arsenal area. Højbjerg shoots from 30 yards, blocked. Martinelli picks it up. Oh, well played, Zinchenko. Oh, well played, Zinchenko.
Zinchenko's that guy, you know. He's that guy. Well,
Zinchenko, lovely play to get out from the edge of their own area. Arsenal now on the edge of the Spurs area. Go on, Saka.
It's mad, bro. Listen, for Arsenal, yeah, Arsenal are going in for...
Odegaard, 25
Odegaard.
yards. Maurice, great save.
Yeah. 25 yards, Odegaard there, guys. Listen, Arsenal are going in for the kill.
That was going in. There was no doubt about that.
Yeah, Spurs has got to survive this. CJ says Fernando Torres. You're saying Trossard, Zaha, Tielemans. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of players. The question is can they improve our squad? That's the biggest question.
Do you think Tielemans improved our squad?
Definitely at the number 8. Definitely. He's Premiership proven at the number 8.
I think that's what we need to be going for in the position that we're in. Premiership proven helps us all.
Exactly. He's 24 years old. Xhaka's 30. So, you know, that's a great transition there to have 2 players that you can play in that position. And you can play him at the 6 as well if you decide to go double pivot. Corner to Arsenal with Saka.
Why are all these teams now bringing the long throw back? Thomas Partey with a mammoth throw.
Partey just killing it, man. This is what I'm saying. I said in the preview, what have they got to go up against Thomas Partey? They've got nothing to go up against him. He's going to absolutely dominate them. So, you know, at the moment, I love the way Saka is playing. Eddie's killing it with the hold-up play. Martinelli needs to improve, man. Martinelli has got to get to a point where he's doing something with that, you know, final ball. It just doesn't seem to be much thought of what's going on offensively. CJ said this Spurs team is shocking. I tell you, loving the way that Arsenal is starting this game right now. Loving the...
What the hell was that from Martinelli? Oh! Wow. What? He's hit the post.
Oh, God, I can't believe it.
So Saka gets down the line. He crosses to the far post. Martinelli comes in with some side foot back heel, back into the centre. Eddie heads it. It's cleared out to Partey, and he's beat Lloris. All ends up, and it smashes against the post.
Wow, Thomas Partey,
on the volley. Man. On the volley.
Thomas Partey. What an unbelievable volley that was. Spurs are rocked, guys. Spurs are just rocked. What an incredible goal that would have been. Remember when all of you lot was laughing at Thomas Partey and all of us kept saying...
yes. What is that?
What is
that? What a tackle on Saka. What kind of a tackle is that? That's a yellow card, ref. All day long.
Yeah, it's a booking. It's a booking. I'm just looking at the technique on that Thomas Partey shot.
It come off his shin. Oh, no. Do you know what? Session's lucky because the studs just miss him. It's thigh on thigh. The stud just went past Saka's thigh, and then they collide thigh on thigh.
Yeah. They and I tell you what, Spurs are on the ropes, guys. Spurs are on the ropes. They are on the ropes. Shaken and stirred. CJ says, and CJ says, Eddie has impressed me this season, no lie. He is that guy, man. Cam says he's that guy. Yes, Eddie is that guy, guys. He is that guy. Yeah, man. Loving this, guys. Loving this. Should be 2-0 to Arsenal. Not going to lie. Should be 2-0. And Odegaard is on it today, man. Zinchenko's quality. It's all happening. They are playing on the form book. And this is the thing. You know, I said the only way that we can have things go against us is red cards, Harry Kane penalty, all this stuff. But if Arsenal play their game, they will just dominate Spurs. That's a free kick. They're pushing over Saka at will.
No free kick given.
No free kick
given. I thought that was... He hasn't played the ball there. He's just blocked Saka off, innit?
Yep.
Come on, Martinelli.
Andrew's saying, need to put this game to bed. Exactly, bro, because you want to give Spurs a knockout punch. And that's the only way to do it, Andrew. Totally agree. Yeah, put them to sleep, man. Give them some night nurse. Put them to sleep. Yes. Put Spurs to sleep, man. That's what we need to do, bro. So, guys, Tony's going to join us at halftime. I'm not sure. I did speak to Bertrand before the game. I'm not sure where he is.
What's Vincey doing? He said he was on set. What did he do?
Yeah, Vincey's busy, so he's not going to make today. He's not even going to watch the game, so he said he's going to watch back the stream. G saying Partey really forcing himself on the game here has been fantastic thus far. He's been over. Bro, I told you over and over and
Eddie,
over and
well
over
played.
again.
Eddie tackling back in the right back spot.
I said Partey is the best player on this team. Take him out, and it all capitulates like a pack of cards, mate. Take Thomas Partey out, and it all capitulates like a pack of cards. The biggest thing that we missed last season when we lost there 3-0 was Thomas Partey. We'd be playing Champions League football now if Partey wasn't injured.
Well, it's like we were saying during the Newcastle game, Apollo, and he does the work of 3 men, and we have Thomas Partey doing it all on his own.
Agreed.
Go on, Saka. Go on, Saka. Oh, Spurs are so lucky with these clearances, man. Saka just nips in a little cross, and it's headed out, but it's headed down, and it almost falls to a player on Arsenal player on the edge of the area.
It's just been absolutely crazy, man. CJ said Partey and Xhaka have been our best players this season. I think it would be, it's a tough one. I'd say Odegaard and Partey. I think Odegaard and Partey have been the 2 best players on the team, closely followed by Saka, and then Zinchenko, Xhaka, Martinelli. I mean, everyone's stepping up, bro. Nketiah,
I mean, listen, Spurs can't get anywhere near us.
Yeah.
They
can't. What do you guys make of how quiet Xhaka has been lately? He's not been in great form. He's not been in the game today. He's been quiet. Yeah, he's been quiet for a few games. But look, but he's still been solid. You know, he might not be fantastic, but he's still been solid. Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm waiting for Xhaka to come alive again.
Zinchenko is now playing. Zinchenko is now on the right of the midfield.
Look at that ball. That's a bad ball to Eddie Saka. Come on. Zinchenko is just killing it, man.
Well played, Eddie.
Man, loving this, guys. Loving this. Absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it. Total control for Arsenal, but they need to get another goal. Arsenal need to get another goal to show their superiority. G says Spurs are actual dog. They need to conform this domination. I said in the preview with this game, guys, I did say Arsenal in 6 of their last 9 away games have kept clean sheets. Teams, when we go to visit teams, they can't score against us. Imagine 6 clean sheets in their last 9 away games. That is phenomenal.
Well played, Gabriel. Now use it. Good. Come on, Martinelli. Let's see something, Martinelli.
That is absolute phenomenal form. It's just, and look, no one can get the ball off Partey. We're just dominating. I mean, Spurs can't get a look in. Spurs are playing at home, guys, and they cannot get a look in. And every time they get the ball back like there, we win it back. Gabriel just winning the ball back then as Spurs was trying to play the ball forward.
Arsenal just won the ball back again.
Yeah, the Spurs can't get out of their own half.
Eddie, it's another foul. Ref, that's the second time. Second time Romero's taking him out.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to book him.
No
There's
booking.
If you're a Spurs fan, you're absolutely crapping it right now. You're absolutely crapping it.
We need this second goal though. We need this second goal.
We're dominating them, mate. Look, how is he not? Oh, yes, right, yeah. He's given a foul to Eddie.
He gives the foul, but that's the second time Romero's gone through.
Yeah. I mean, Arsenal are dominating, guys. Arsenal are dominating. And, guys, the bench is going to get stronger and stronger and stronger as we go on. Let me change this banner here. Let me change this banner. Here we go. Because you've got Vieira, you've got Smith Rowe now on the bench. At some point next month, late next month, hopefully we'll have Jesus. So Arsenal just getting stronger and stronger and stronger as it goes on. Hopefully they'll be able to bring in some firepower this transfer window.
Kuznetsky was trying to do some skills and Saliba just rolled into the picture, took the ball off him. It ran out of play anyway. But Saliba just come from nowhere, nicked the ball off him on the touchline. And Arsenal go again.
Look at Ben White and Holberg. Look at that. That's off. That's off. Spurs don't look like they got a clue going forward. We're just too good for them, man. We're just too good, mate.
Yeah, just as long as complacency doesn't step in.
And this is why Arsenal fans want a second goal. You want a second goal because complacency is not what you want, man. It's not what you want.
Well played, Mr. Partey. Yes, and well played, Granit Xhaka. Brilliant. So Partey gives the ball away. Partey gets back, hustles the Tottenham defender. He runs into Xhaka, who robs the ball of him and gets fouled in the process. Free kick, Arsenal centre circle.
G saying, this is why I could never advocate for a defensive manager at Arsenal. Imagine this being your life. Bad attacking play is one thing. Sitting deep at home is another. That's funny.
Oh, Martinelli's just got done by Romero again. Yellow card for Christian Romero.
That's right, yeah. And he should have got a yellow for the tackle on Nketiah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Listen, Andrew.
In fairness, he slips. In fairness, he does slip.
Yeah. Should be 2 yellows, so I'm going to wind them guys up.
Of the 3 tackles he's made, that's the worst one. That's the easiest one, simplest one he's got booked for. He slipped. That's not even a foul. It's a foul, but it's not a yellow card.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Man, I tell you, this is 10 minutes left in the first half, guys. Pure Arsenal dominance.
Yes. Come on, Martin Odegaard.
Go on, yes! Goal! The captain delivers again. Martin Odegaard. Unbelievable, guys. Can you believe it?
So
Gary,
from the goalkeeper,
give me some of that.
So from the goalkeeper's kick, it's easily cleared by Saliba to Partey, who sets Saka away. He finds Odegaard in space, 25, 30 yards out, and he drills it low to the keeper's left. Lloris, no chance, 2-0.
It's a lovely goal, guys. Arsenal now, the captain doubles their lead. Unbelievable. It's just great stuff. Look at the shot. It's from 25 yards.
But look, it's from the goal kick. We win the header. Partey just turns, one touch, turns, free Saka, acres of space. Odegaard, 25 yards out. Bang, have that. Thank you very much.
Oh.
We'll come again next year. Lloris, nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. And interestingly, Romero, you know what I hate Apollo? You know when the players go to block the ball? Remember, brought up in the days of Adams and Keown and Bold, who threw their bodies in, didn't care if they got kicked in the face. Defenders now, they want to stick a leg out, turn their back and tuck their hands behind their body. And that's what Romero does. And he doesn't get nowhere near it.
Wow, how good has Odegaard been this season? That's now 8 goals, guys. That's 8 goals.
Yeah, look at Conte. Look, he's about to cry.
Wow.
Harry Kane trying to rally the troops, man. Forget it. Second half's coming.
That is just in front. Leads Arsenal now. All players. He's Arsenal's leading goal scorer, the captain. Unbelievable, guys. What a finish. He just picks the ball up from 25 yards, guys. Low shot into the bottom right corner. Arsenal in total control, guys.
Partey is just taking the piss. Partey is just taking the mickey here because him and Xhaka are just controlling that midfield. 1-2 touches. One's breaking it up, finds the other one.
Gary, do you remember when I was advocating for Odegaard to be captain and everybody was saying, nah, he shouldn't be captain, give it to Tierney? What's your thoughts on that now?
I think Tierney would have been a great shout, but he doesn't play every week, does he?
No,
the thing with Odegaard, he's young, you know, he's got the fight, he's got the desire, he gets forward, his work rate is exceptional, he's scoring goals now, he's assisting. So I think in the end, it's proved to be another correct decision from Arteta, isn't it? You know, it's proved him his decision right to give it to him. He's got respect of all the players. I mean, look at Arsenal just playing the ball around there, 1 or 2 touch. Look,
it's ridiculous. I mean, it looks like if I was colourblind, I thought I'd be watching Man City from last year. And I said last year because Man City ain't Man City this year.
Well, I think Haaland's messed them up, innit?
He has, yeah. Again, it's another video I put on my channel when I was talking about Man City going through the Ronaldo.
Oh, well played, Zinchenko. Brilliant.
It's just ridiculous, man. We're toying with them right now.
Saka almost through on goal. A nice little run from Zinchenko. And the Spurs defender almost didn't seem to realise that Saka was coming on his inside.
Yeah. Wow.
This is the most impressive first half I've seen from Arsenal this season. I'm going to say that right now. We've been on it like a car bonnet from start to now.
It's just ridiculous, man. I mean, guys, it's just ridiculous. Cam saying, while celebrations from the Arsenal fans at the far corner no less than what they deserve. Terry, big shout out to you, mate. Says yes, yes, and yes.
Martinelli, sloppy, Spurs, man.
Yeah, he's not been great, but I mean, look, the team are dominating. Cam says Spurs are playing like little boys out there. Arsenal look like the real deal. I mean, right now, I mean, look, Martinelli is struggling a little bit, but Saka is just on the tear. Saka is on the tear, bro. Saka is on the tear. And shout out to Eddie. Eddie Nketiah at the top is giving them something to think about, man. Shout out to Terry. Cam saying Saka is killing their right side. What a player he is.
Spurs fans, look, I want to cry.
Mad thing. I mean, it's guys, it's ridiculous right now. It's ridiculous right now. But look at the levels, guys.
Look at the way Arsenal are playing. Look at the way we're playing.
Terry says also shout out to his mate Kev.
Oh,
also
free kick,
Kev,
edge of the area, Saka taken out.
Respect to you, Kev, man. Let me know what your prediction is for this game. Gary said 3-1. I said 2-1 Arsenal. G saying 2 teams on a completely different level. They are, bro. They're on a completely different level, man.
Free kick, Martin Odegaard territory.
It looks
just on the edge of the area.
The Emirates. It looks like they're playing the Emirates, mate.
It does. And if you didn't know, you wouldn't even think Spurs were in the Premier League. You wouldn't. I'm not even lying. You wouldn't.
Hey, I don't even think that's a foul on let me watch that again on Saka. Is that a foul?
It is. It's a foul. Yeah, it's a foul.
I mean, it's ridiculous, guys. It's ridiculous, man.
Lloris looks worried, man. Lloris looks stressed.
It's ridiculous.
Lloris looks stressed as hell.
It's just ridiculous, man.
Surely he's not lining up there, is he, Lloris? Cool.
Cam is saying the improvement in our pace.
Showing.
Cam's saying the improvement in our pace of play is so clear. The days of slow, lazy touches and passes finally look behind us. Yeah, they do. They do, mate. Lloris is crapping his pants. Look at him right here. Arsenal at the moment, guys, 8 points clear at the top of the table.
If Odegaard sticks us in, fantastic.
And hear this, Gary. We're 1 goal difference behind Man City.
One was that?
Yeah, 1 goal difference behind Man City. 8 points clear at the moment.
I think the if we can take points off City when we play them.
Tottenham 5 points behind Man City in 5th place. So Tottenham are 5 points away from a Champions League spot. Doesn't look good for Tottenham. Terry saying mad ting. They're at home and playing like bums. We're all over them, Taras. Daniel, don't forget to sign the waiver. Go into the thread heading where you see it saying Arsenal Tottenham live match, and then it says I'm going live using StreamYard. Click this to sign the waiver to show your name. Daniel saying this is how a team looks when they play with fear, and the mans are shook. You see the fear in the tunnels. Our boys are looking like champion boxers having to defend another title defense. Let's get this over with. Agreed, man. I'll join you, man.
How
in a
unlucky
second.
was that from Xhaka?
All right, okay, yeah. Big shout out, man. Big shout out to all of you Gooners out there. Gooner land is buzzing right now, man.
Oh, yes, Gabriel. Oh, come on. That's not a foul.
Nah, it's not a foul, mate.
He just goes, takes the ball off Harry Kane, gets there first.
Yeah. Spurs can't string 2 passes together.
The referee's trying to understand what Harry Kane's saying to him, but there's no interpreter, so he can't.
Yeah, it's Spurs are shocking. We're dominating in the middle of the park.
Look, the actual work rate from Odegaard, man. He just sprinted from the centre of the field out to the right.
It's mad, bro. It's mad, bro. It's mad. Captain leading by example, guys. Can you believe this? Odegaard just absolutely
They can't get near Zinchenko either. Zinchenko's running things. He just drops into that inverted role. It's pulled him down, ref. He just drops into that inverted role, and they just can't get near him.
No, they can't live with us. You know, you saw how our midfield was playing. They can't live with us. They can't.
Arsenal fans having a party. Look, Arsenal fans are having a Thomas.
Oh, it's mad.
Well played, Eddie. Go on, send him. Oh, come on, Martinelli. Show us something. Come on, Martinelli.
The Arsenal fans just celebrating. It's looking really good out there. G says Spuds are laying into Saka now. Make them pay for that. Saka and Odegaard probably the best 2 players in the league. Eddie is $100,000 a week striker for sure. We're right on the cusp of half time, guys. Looking good, man. It's looking good. 2 minutes of time added on.
Oh, that's Arsenal, a soft free kick, man.
Arsenal in total control.
Odegaard gets done for Pape Sarr.
Is he booked him?
No. He just turned into him, really. He just turned into him and he lost the ball and the refs give a free kick. If we nick it there, we're right on the edge of the area.
Mad.
Oh, ref! Saka's been taken out again by Sessegnon.
Yeah, I just saw it. Why isn't he booked him?
He played the advantage because we've got the ball. But now he's gone back and he's booked him now.
Oh, he's booked him now.
He's gone back and booked him now, yeah.
That's ridiculous. Right, let
but
me
Saka just like tenor. He's just done Sessegnon and Kane like kippers. Look, bye.
This is mad. This is insane. Still on the floor though. Zinchenko's had to play the ball out. So I don't know how many yellow cards that is for Spurs at the moment, guys, but
2 in this game.
Yeah, it's 2. It
Romero and Sessegnon.
Yeah, Romero should have 2 yellows, mate. Should have 2 yellows.
Oh, Ramsdale's joining in, taking the piss now.
This has been an absolute dominant display from Arsenal, guys.
From the opening, just tackling each other.
It's just ridiculous. from the opening whistle, guys, it's just been dominant. It's just been dominant. Andrews just said save.
Oh, come on, Zinchenko, that's lazy.
Funny you said that. Cam just said Zinchenko was incredible.
Oh, good save, Ramsdale. Great save.
Yeah, that's what Andrew said.
Zinchenko lazy gives the ball away. Cross comes in. Kane's a little glancing header. Ramsdale down well. See, this is the complacency. We can't let this creep into the game.
Yeah.
Because they get a goal out of nothing there.
Yeah, but I mean, let's be fair, Gary. It's Harry Kane, right? Well, he's got 15 goals in 18. He's got 15 goals in 18 games, mate.
Yeah, but what I'm talking about is the complacency from the giving the ball away cheaply on the edge of our area.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. Harry Kane, did you give a penalty?
He's onside.
No. Højbjerg's gone down after the shot, and he's rolling around on the floor. The rest give a goal kick.
Yeah, because they want to give Kane his complimentary penalty, don't they?
So it was Saliba. So Højbjerg's had a shot. Saliba has jumped to block the shot, and as he turns his back, he lands, and it's half time anyway. The referee's blown for half time.
Yeah,
so no penalty.
Yeah.
Happy days.
But you can see they're looking to do anything to give him his complimentary penalty. The tackle from Saliba, was it a penalty though?
No,
I don't
it wasn't.
think so. No.
He doesn't even see me.
He lands just before Højbjerg, doesn't he? And Højbjerg.
Well, he lands in front of him, and he doesn't see him behind him. He doesn't even know the player's there.
Well, he's tried to block the shot, and he's ended up backwards, facing his own goal somehow.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's the follow through of Højbjerg when he had the shot, but it looks like the shot's already gone. And as Saliba tried to block it, he lands almost on the feet of Højbjerg.
Yes.
So no penalty for me. But that is, listen, I'm utterly impressed with that first 45. I haven't seen us play that well in forever. I know we've had some performances this season, but that's as good as I've seen us in the first 45 minutes.
Mate, it all started from Crystal Palace. When we went away, we struggled there last season, and the first game of the season, we went away and we just shut them down. And the team has not lifted its form since then. We've been on it, and we've been dominant. We've been in attack mode. We're tight at the back. Our midfield has been dominating. We've suffered injuries, guys. Make no mistake. Thomas Partey was injured. Zinchenko had a lengthy injury. Smith Rowe's been out for 4 months. Jesus has currently missed a month. Yeah. So we've had injuries. It's not been all easy. And look where we are now. We've only lost 1 game in 18 matches.
Which was dubious.
Because Martinelli's goal should have stood. Yeah, his goal should have stood at United. And Andrew's saying the performance of champions, 100%. 100%. So, guys, that's it. It's half-time. Tottenham 0, Arsenal 2. The home fans booing Spurs off the ground there. And Arsenal with 9 shots compared to Tottenham's 4. And Thomas Partey also denied by with an amazing, astonishing shot which hits the bar. My God, if that had gone in, that would have been goal of the month. It probably would have been goal of the season. I mean, you got to shout. His other goal against Tottenham was probably goal of the season. So he just loves scoring against Tottenham. But Arsenal on course for their first Premier League away win against Spurs since 2014. Spurs right now need to regroup, and I don't know personally how they are going to do it. A news flash in, guys. News flash in. Hold on a
Tony's
second.
joined us.
Has he joined us?
Tony's joined us. Yeah, news flash. Tony's joined us.
Guys, news flash in. I've just got a text from London Coney from my sources that says that they have called Barcelona in regards to Raphinha. That's exclusive here, 101. Colin has just sent me a text saying Arsenal have just made a phone call to Barcelona about Raphinha. That's all I can tell you on that one. Hopefully we'll get more on that later, but that's what my text from London Coney has said. So I don't know if you guys want to go to Twitter and see if there's anything in regards to that, then we'll see what we can do. But Arsenal have called Barcelona in regards to Raphinha. African Guna, did you just hear what I just said?
No.
Did you
missed it?
Yeah, you missed it. Let me say that again. I just got a text from Colin at the training ground, which has said Arsenal have just phoned Barcelona to inquire about Raphinha. They've just 5 minutes ago made an inquiry. So, African Guna, if you can find anything on Twitter in that regard to see if there's anything.
I already saw that last night, to be honest.
Yeah, that was
like 12 hours ago.
Yeah.
And Barcelona have already put 100 million euro price tag on him. So for that much money, I wouldn't go for it. I was excited by it before. If we could have gotten him for maybe 60, 100. I mean, they know we have the money now. That's the problem going forward. The next 2 weeks, everyone knows that we have hard, cold cash. So everyone's going to be wanting to take all that money. So it's going to be really interesting to see.
But like African Guna, they only know that we deal with real life facts. They know we got the cash, but they only know that we'll deal with real valuations. They know they can't take the piss with us.
No, agreed.
So, guys, listen, let's go around to, by the way, Neomis was in the chat. He's live from Canada as well. So we've got Canada in the house. La African Goon, I believe, it may be still in Dubai at the moment. Listen, let's go around the clock. Tony, what's your thoughts?
Back home.
Oh, you're back in South Africa. Tony, what's your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, back home.
It's been superb, mate. I think we played really well. Mikel Arteta always talks about winning your duels. And I think the Arsenal boys have all been to a man winning their duels. But I want to make a special commendation to Eddie Nketiah. Your boy, Eddie. Because Eddie is putting in a world-class shift. He's been everywhere. And his hold-up play has been superb. So keep it going, second half. Let's get a third. Let's keep these scummers out. And let's enjoy the rest of our Sunday afternoon, guys.
Gary, you gave your thoughts, but let the guys know what your thoughts are. I've been watching the game with Gary here today, and we've just been going nuts in the chat. Gary, what's your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, I just think this is the best that I've seen us perform in 45 minutes all season. From the first whistle, we've been on it. Eddie's been fantastic. Saka's caused problems. Partey's been sensational. Zinchenko's been unplayable. You know, if Martinelli was on fire, we would probably be about 4-0 up. But I just think it's been fantastic. You know, scored 2 goals. Partey's hit the woodwork. You know, we've got another little couple of chances that could have fallen our way. But it's just been fantastic to watch. So look, we just can't have complacency creep in now. We've got to come out in the second half, keep it strong, keep it tight, and just keep doing what we're doing. Don't let them into the game at all.
Partey's shot was incredible. Nearly fell off my chair if that had gone in, that would have been it, man. The moon would have just eclipsed. You know, the whole planet would have gone dark if that would have went in, because that was just so amazing. But it feels like when I'm watching the game, before I come to the African Guna,
they're showing it now.
It feels like I'm watching the Emirates. It feels like we're playing at the Emirates. It looks like we're playing at the Emirates. We are just absolutely all over them. Like African Guna, what's your thoughts on at halftime?
So many thoughts. I mean, firstly, let's touch on Nketiah. As you guys know, in the group chat, I was disappointed he missed that chance. But I mean, the rest of the game, he's been doing the work. I mean, he's working hard. You can see the massive improvement in his game, which is what I'm really happy about. I mean, there was a time where the ball was going to go out. He keeps it in touch. I mean, everything about his game is just elevated massively. In terms of Partey, I disagree with Gary. He's been a bit sloppy for me. He's the only one so far making the bad passes, you know, which usually I would expect Xhaka to be. But he's playing well. Everyone's playing well, but we have to spade of spade. I mean, he's made 2 or 3 bad passes, which he needs to iron out of his game in the second half. And for me, Martin Odegaard, I mean, that first shot he took that almost hit the post, I was like, I need to see more of that. And then he goes for it again. And what a goal. I mean, absolutely incredible. Odegaard is like, you know, I didn't expect this. I expected him to be amazing, but not this quickly. I mean, this season, he's just gone
I don't think any of us expected it to go like this with him, did we?
Sorry?
I don't think any of us expected Odegaard to be as what he's showing up to be.
Apollo definitely did, but I mean...
Hold on. Say that again, Gary. Hold
I
on.
said I don't think any of us expected Odegaard to be as good as what he's showing. We knew there was a player
Tony,
there.
can you tell him? I'll let you say it, Tony.
Yeah, Apollo's been on that from day dot. But I got to make a
Thank
comment to African's comments about Thomas Partey. So just so you know how integral Thomas Partey has been to this game, right? Thomas Partey
I don't
so
disagree
far
with that
has
point.
had 63 passes, yeah, of which his pass rate is 90%. The only player who's got a better pass rate than 90% is William
Zinchenko?
Saliba, Granit Xhaka, and Ben White. 63 touches is the highest of any player. Zinchenko's had 60, which is easily understandable because of its inverted left back play. Yeah, so he's kind of sitting next to where Thomas is, and between them, they're bossing this game. You know?
No, agreed.
But I mean,
I think, to be honest, when everyone is playing so well that one or two bad passes, like, it sticks out, right? When everyone is, that's it. I'm not saying he's having a bad game. Obviously, he's controlling. I'm just saying, if I had to be critical and say, okay, what can we improve in the second half? That is one area that I would say. There's nothing else I could really say how we can improve. By the way, I think this game is over, done and dusted. I'm not even nervous for the second half. I don't see them scoring at all. I think we're going to score a third goal, and it's going to be shut up shop, literally. I mean, I don't see. I mean, this game over for me, right? I'm enjoying it. Now I'm enjoying it. I don't see them threatening at all.
Because the one thing that African Goon is, and I've said this in the preview, which I put up on the channel yesterday, Arsenal have had 6 clean away sheets in 9 games. Teams can't score against us. They can't.
Yeah.
And when I was talking to Andy, and when I was talking to Andy in the preview, I said to him, "You've got 2 problems. How are you going to play against our midfield? Because nobody can. And how are you going to score against us? I know. Look, guys, Kane's got 15 goals in 18 games. That's elite. If it wasn't for Haaland, Kane would be putting in a record-breaking season. Make no bones about that. But, Arsenal, before the Newcastle game, Arsenal was rated number 1 ranked defensive team in the league. It was only because we let them 2 goals in. And obviously Newcastle, somehow, even today, with the penalty, which was double hit, they still kept a clean sheet. It's like the moons are aligning for Newcastle at the moment. We do have a question before I go to Neomis. Cam says, let African Guna, Martinelli can't seem to do much. I
think what's great. I was gonna say what's great is that Saka and Martinelli, extremely great games, but the rest of the team is pulling their weight, and that's what we've always wanted in the past few seasons. When Saka or Martinelli wasn't pulling their weight, where's the rest of the team? And now we have the rest of the team pulling the weight, so it's great to see.
It is. Somebody earlier on said Xhaka hasn't played well of lately and has gone missing. But I said the same thing. I said, what matters is, like, these guys are putting in a shift. It might look like these guys are not doing anything, but they're all a cog in the machine. So while Xhaka hasn't been outstanding, and, he's still putting in a shift. And that's the same with Martinelli. The thing with me with Martinelli is defensively he's been solid. Offensively, he's running into players a little bit, and his final ball is a bit of work. But he's there and thereabouts. He's still putting in the shift. Anyone who's saying Martinelli is not playing well, I'm sorry, I don't agree. Neomis, look,
Martinelli's not playing well, so we can disagree.
Yeah, I mean,
standard.
Neomis,
he's not playing well.
Neomis, greetings to you in Canada. How are you? And then, what's your thoughts on the first half?
Well, listen, right? Like, I woke up specifically early for this, and the stars must have aligned because, like, I don't have work today, and normally, I wouldn't have watched it live. I would have watched the recording, but I think this is the most dominant I've ever seen Arsenal play. Like, to see Arsenal push a team right back up, basically into their box, and Spurs, nevertheless, like I've been amazed, and I think if even if now any fan out there still doesn't believe that we're in the title challenge, and like we are, like, so dominant, Gabriel, Saliba, like at the back, just being a rock, like just dominant from Partey in the midfield, like, and the shots that he was taking, like Like normally I'd be like, don't take these like long shots, but now he's getting close, and I could just smell that there's a third goal and it's coming from him. And it's going to be those wonder ones where everybody just raise their hands up and be like, you know what, game over, like on to the next one. I thought it was going to be a close game. I also thought it was going to be 2-1 as well. Harry Kane penalty, but it doesn't look like Spurs have got a chance. If Spurs are to score, it's going to be like 4-1. There's no way they're even coming close.
They're struggling
But
to get the ball past the halfway line. Leo.
But you know that you got to expect 20 minutes of sheer hell now, because they're gonna come out as a wounded animal.
I don't know about that. I mean, like normally that happens with teams, but this is a new Arsenal. I may have expected that last season, but this is dominance. We have pegged them back in their own half and at their home.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I made the comment against Crystal Palace, because the reason why I made the video in November saying I think Arsenal are going to win the league, it's up on the channel, guys. You can go and check it out. Was because the way that we're playing. Always listen to Vincey. Yeah, it's not the results, guys. It's the way we play. Look at the way we play. Forget the results. And if you look at the way we play, especially from away from home, teams can't break us down. They're struggling. And the second thing is when you look at the players around, especially the studs, 6-7 goals now. Martin Odegaard's got 8 goals and leads a team. Yeah, look at Eddie. Eddie's only been playing since December, and he was already joint top scorer in the team. It's ridiculous. The levels in this team.
There was four of them on 7 goals, weren't there?
Sorry?
There was four players all on 7 goals. Eddie,
right,
Odegaard, Saka, and Martinelli.
That's correct. Yeah, Neomis.
Apollo, when it comes to Odegaard, the most improved player so far this season compared to last season, like you realize 2 games ago that what he had for the whole of last season that I said was not good enough. He's gonna double what he did from last season. Last season he only managed 7 goals throughout the whole season.
Remember what I said to all of you lot in this room. That wasn't down to him. If you look at chances created, he topped the league. He topped the league with chances. It was just when you got Lacazette in front of you. Yeah, I'm sorry, you're not getting assists. That's just how the game's played. You're not getting assists.
Lacazette should have had a hat for the goals last year, shouldn't he?
At the end of the game.
Yeah. So it's Bertram's gone, so I can't get hold of Bertram at the moment. But let me just go to James. James says, watching Upper Mountain, missed the whole day skiing to be properly warmed up for this one. Totally worth it. Just wish that Partey strike had been 6 inches to the left. Tired Gunnosaurus says, great commentary. My eyes and ears would be closed in second half. And he said they could have scored 2 more. By the way, the game's kicked off again for the second half. He said they could have, because we've been brilliant. G's saying to James, hope Arteta is in everybody's ear, keeping up the level of play. Spurs usually play better in the second half. So do we too as well. We're a second half team. It's a shame we didn't get your opinions, Bertram. Hopefully we'll talk to you at full time. Daniel says, finish them. Andrew says, Arsenal so dominant. Gunnosaurus could play up front. And it's Andrew Rodge, funny comment. Yeah, I love it. James is saying, totally agree in their faces from the first minute of the second half. And yeah, so that's where we are, guys. Let me change the banner at the moment.
Oh, well played, Zinchenko. Well played, Zinchenko.
Yeah, it's just a phenomenal half, guys. Absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And man, we just look so relaxed. And it's the positioning, it's the anti-press. It's fantastic. Counter-press. Sorry, you guys would know, not anti-press. What have we got here? Cam says, Neomis, why doesn't he feature more? It's because he's in Canada and we're 9 hours ahead. So it's very difficult for him. He's only just got up. So it's probably around, 7, 8 in the morning for him. something crazy like that. So, yeah, so the time difference messes him up a little bit.
Oh,
We need a dominant second half, guys. Spurs are going to be trying to come at us, and we've got to take advantage of that.
well, Spurs have already had more of the ball than they did in the entire first half.
Yeah, because they've got to take the initiative. Cam says the distances between our players are immaculate. Always someone available for a pass. I agree. You can see, look, we're pressing now. We nearly won the ball off them.
And Spurs go close. Kulusevski cuts in from the left and fires just over the bar.
Yeah,
On the
Kulusevski's
right,
first time in the game he's done anything. First time he's actually done anything in the game.
See, this is what I'm saying about us dropping off now and not doing what we were doing in the first half and allowing them a foothold to gain confidence and come back into the game.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, so Arsenal now playing the ball at the back and Ramsdale's gone long. Ramsdale's gone long on that one. Martinelli now picking up the ball on the left. And that's off now. They might even bring on... I'm not sure if they will bring on Richarlison because he's been out. He's been out for a while, so I'm not sure if I can see that happening.
That's how much they're struggling. They've had to play Kulusevski. They've had to bring Richarlison back a little bit, maybe earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, for real, man, for real. I just said to them lot in the internal chat, I know Mudryk is watching this somewhere feeling sadness.
Good save, Aaron Ramsdale. Good save.
Always
Harry
got the man
Kane
there
turns
doing
in
the
the edge of the
business at
area,
the back.
fires, and Ramsdale tips it behind. See, this is what I mean. This is overcompensating now because we're losing the ball sloppily, which we wasn't doing in the first half.
Yeah.
I suppose we've already had 2 chances now, and the game could really be 2-2 now.
Yep. But, you know, beating Ramsdale is one thing, man. That's like, you know, Spurs. And the thing is, Spurs are playing more narrow as well. They're going through the middle a little bit more rather than trying to bring. Look at them now. Ball's going into the middle every time they get it. What we have to be careful of is that we don't have a misplaced pass or an interception. You know, any little thing can happen. Red card, penalty, all those different things. I think they were quite surprised how we came out at them, to be honest. They were surprised, man. Tired Gunnosaurus says, love the pressing. It's elite. The playing out of the back, the counter press, and the pressing is all elite, mate. It's elite stuff. You know, we're at the level of Man City. That's how elite it is. There's no team doing what we're doing at the moment. Cam says, we look so good out there, thoroughly deserve to be top of the league.
Well played. Saliba. Oh, Spurs are through.
He needs a good game today because
Sessegnon has missed the sitter.
He's missed the sitter.
Ramsdale, another great save. But Spurs are cutting us open, you know, at will here.
Yep. Daniel saying Tottenham have shown up now. And G saying Conte's animated, trying to inject some urgency. Yeah, I mean, he must have gone in and busted some heads at half
Well, he had
time.
to, didn't he? He had to. They was obviously never going to be as bad as they was in the first half. But it's up to Arsenal to impose ourselves on them.
Yeah. Ramsdale's pulled off some serious saves. Look at Eddie on Kulusevski. Eddie defends, man. Eddie defends. He does his job.
Eddie loses the ball there where he shouldn't really be losing that.
Yeah.
And Ramsdale claims from a weak Kane header.
Yeah, it wasn't a great clearance there by Eddie.
Fantastic save from Ramsdale. Been outstanding. 4 brilliant saves he's made there.
Yeah.
Arsenal free kick, edge of the Spurs area. Pape Sarr, yellow card, I think.
Whew. Who's getting booked?
Pape Sarr
Yeah.
just pushes Martinelli over.
That's just brilliant from Ramsdale. Look at this again. They're showing the Ramsdale save. That's just brilliant. That's just brilliant.
Third goal here would kill it.
I'm just saying to Andy, this is why I said Aaron Ramsdale gets picked in the first 11 Arsenal Spurs, because he's just elite.
Oh, over Lloris all day long.
Yeah, he's just elite. Daniel says horrible free kick. He's shaking his head.
That was terrible.
Ramsdale's just elite, man. Ramsdale's just elite. Yeah, it wasn't a good free kick there by Odegaard.
Long throw from Partey. And it's a corner to Arsenal. Eric Dyer with that tragic haircut that he has.
I can't believe they still think Eric Dyer is a centre-back. What is that all about? How is this guy even considered to be a centre-back? He was an average central midfield player. Average at best. And now he's been playing centre-back for them for ages.
It wasn't it Tony Adams that was begging Arsenal to go and buy him when he was in Germany?
Shocking. That's Tony Adams, though, isn't it? Like, love him as a player, but as a manager, he was yeah, he wasn't that great. Neil is saying that he's going to be back after the game. Yeah, so that's fine.
The ball goes into the technical area. Arteta throws it away, so the Spurs can't take a quick throw.
He's trying to get his own back on the fourth officials and them trying to reprimand Arsenal.
Offside, Eddie. Oh, you can't come on the pitch and kick the ball. What are you doing? The substitute can't come on the pitch and give the ball back to Spurs.
No, he can't. It's pure mind games, man. Tired Gunnosaurus says, guys, what is this long throw business from Partey? Do you think it's worth doing? It's worth doing if you've got somebody who can flick it onwards. Yeah, that's always a tactic that works. If you have a Saliba or a Gabriel who can flick the ball onwards, then it definitely works.
Kulusevski sends another one past the far post again. That's two now he's had.
Gabriel just stops that one coming through. It's well defended. Guys, remember, the fact that Spurs are coming out at us now means that they're vulnerable at the back. It just opens up more space for Arsenal at the back. Yeah, it's a wild one. It's a wild one. Yeah, tight game, guys. Tight game. Tight game. Always was going to be a tight game. Ramsdale making multiple saves, though, guys, really, really changes the face of what we've had to do today. Really, really does. It's been a fantastic effort from him. And but it's all,
come on, Arsenal. What's going on here?
In terms of Tottenham, though, the tactic is clear, Gary.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
The tactic is clear. Because you're playing with an inverted left back, that means that Zinchenko should be leaving tons of space opened up. So what they're doing is they're flooding that right-hand side.
Oh, Eddie, why didn't you go down, Eddie? If Eddie goes down, that's a penalty. He got tagged on the edge of the area.
Yeah.
Eddie got caught on the edge of the area there. He stayed on his feet, and it's a weak shot.
Yeah, I agree.
Xhaka's down still from the
Yeah.
tackle.
Daniel's saying red.
I didn't see who fouled him.
Yeah.
Oh, Romero
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Romero again. That's a second yellow. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's a second yellow. Has to be a second yellow.
Yes. He's got to go. He's got to go. Let's have a look at that. That's shocking.
And the referee, look, that's a second yellow. Anywhere on the pitch, that's a yellow card.
Andy's saying,
Oh, Xhaka's having a row with Conte now.
yeah. Yeah.
Xhaka's having a row with Conte.
This is crazy. Yeah, I'm saying to Andy, I saw the replay. It doesn't touch him. Andy is crapping his pants there. Daniel's saying, I'm sick of this. Emirates, we're getting a red card. Yeah, I know. Look, guys, we're always going to know that we're going to be battling against referees, officials, and opposing teams. It's going to be 10. It's going to be 11 versus 12 every time we play. That's just it, guys.
Oh, Zinchenko, why are you going to ground there?
Yeah,
You've got to come
that's
across.
just it, guys. That's just how it goes, guys. That's how it goes.
You know, you may not have touched it, but you don't always have to touch a player to commit a foul. It's stopping him from carrying on his run or something like that.
Look,
you know?
So long ball goes through to Kulichenski on that side. So you can see they're trying to attack. Ooh, they're trying to attack that right hand side, and that's their tactic. You know, that's what they've. That's what Conte has basically told them to do: attack that right hand side.
Oh, what a ball from Martinelli. Go on, Eddie. Oh.
The Spurs fans are trying to get into the game as well. They're watching their team after 1 hour, 2-0 down. Yeah. Not happening for Spurs, guys.
Spurs have only got one player, haven't they? They've only got that Kulusevski. No one else can create anything for them. But now,
yeah, I mean, they've got Song, but Song is more of a finisher than a creator, though. So
maybe now it's time for Zinchenko just to hold the left back spot and forget being inverted for a little while. Let's shut them down and reassert ourselves in the game.
So does that mean you bring on Tierney?
Maybe if he's a better at just playing left back, why not?
Because that would be a tactic at work. If you're asking him to just be a left back now and stop that force and change that they are coming down on the right hand side, then that is the only way to counter that. And because Zinchenko right now is pinned, he's absolutely pinned in. And look, Bertram is saying the same thing. He's saying the same thing. That's
Martinelli, you've got to hit that, Martinelli.
That's the only way you're going to tactically nullify that change that Conte's made. Spurs are very one-dimensional now going down that right. Change Zinchenko. Yeah. That's exactly the only thing that they can do because it's going to keep on coming. The pressure's going to keep on coming down that side. Go on, Martinelli. Why did you hit that first time?
That's what I'm saying, Apollo. He's got to hit that first time.
Yeah.
It's on his right foot.
Yeah, it's frustrating. He's not on the greatest form at the moment, Martinelli. At some point, you've got to think you bring on Smith Rowe for Martinelli. Yeah, would you take that, Gary?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Ty Gunnosaurus says, biting my nails, even though Arsenal are playing like the lead leaguers they are. Here comes Saka on the right side. Saka's been very quiet this half. I mean, Arsenal, it's been 63 minutes now, 18 minutes gone in the second half. Look at that ball from Partey to Odegaard. What a slip ball there to Eddie. He's going to blow a free kick for that. You've got to admire Arsenal have come out and defended well for 18 minutes. They've kind of stood up toe-to-toe to Tottenham. Full credit to Aaron Ramsdale. Aaron Ramsdale has been absolutely brilliant this half.
And in the first, made 2 really good saves. Big 10 minutes coming up. Big 10 minutes.
Yeah. I'm just saying, Arsenal got to be squeaky clean right now because the officiating and the refs are on them. Match statistics: 4 shots in the first half from Spurs. They've had 6 already in the second half. So it just goes to show that Spurs...
Martinelli, what are you doing?
Nah.
He runs to the byline. And then he's trying to cut back onto his right foot where there's nowhere to cut back.
But the main thing though, Gary, is Arsenal is starting to they've weathered the storm and they're starting to get their feet underneath them again. Alex says, go on, Martinelli. Alex says, no, not Smith Rowe. He will struggle to keep pace with the game. It really depends on how match fit he is, Alex. But yeah, I mean, if he's not 100% match fit, 100% agree. If
he's going to have 25 minutes in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, if Arteta has seen him in training, because what you got to realize is a lot of these guys have played 65 minutes now, so they're going to start to lag down in terms of their fitness levels. So if somebody can give you something more, then use it. We didn't do that against Newcastle. We had the Vieira option. Now you've got a Smith Rowe and Vieira option. And if Smith Rowe, depending on his fitness, can do that, then you put him on. If not, which is what you're saying, if he's not 100% fit, then you can't do that. Bertram says, too much attack from the left side, maybe turning in for Zinchenko. Exactly what I said 5 minutes ago. Tide Gunnosaurus, Zinchenko getting caught out. That's the game plan. They're moving their attack towards the right to cater for that inverted. And what that does is it nullifies that inverted left back and doesn't allow him to step up into the midfield. It's clever tactics by Conte, but Arsenal have weathered the storm. The 20 minutes gone now in the second half, and really Arsenal have weathered the storm. So it's what they can do to try and get out of this. Arsenal look like they've started to get going again as well.
Spurs been in possession for the last couple of minutes here.
Yeah, and look, guys, Spurs are playing at home. They look like they're playing at the Emirates in the first half. What you don't want is Spurs to score in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's why I said big 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's exactly why I said big 10 minutes coming up.
To say what Alex said, I think what I'd do is I'd wait another 10 minutes till the 75th minute, and then I'd put Smith Rowe on then.
I'd go at 70.
Run up.
I'd hook Zinchenko in the next couple of minutes. Get Tierney, proper left back who doesn't really need to go inverted. Eddie looks spent.
He's worked hard. He's not had anybody come on in relief for him in the last 4 games. He's played 90 minutes for every single game because they don't have a backup striker. But so that's where I felt that Smith Rowe might have been able to help him. I'm surprised they're not even looking at Fabio Vieira in these games. I mean, what did you spend 35 million on him for if you're not going to play him in these games?
Yeah,
I don't understand why. I don't understand why that's happening.
I could understand against Newcastle because it was a rough, tough game, and I just don't think he's cut out for that.
Yeah,
Martinelli's just taking the mick.
I said to them lot on my channel, I said I don't agree with all the physicality stuff. Look at them. Here we go. Odegaard had no support. That's a free kick. That's a free kick. Cam saying he's talking to Alex from Cannon Fodder. He's saying Arsenal showing they can defend well. Of course, bro. 6 clean sheets in their last 9 away games. Of course they can defend well. Thomas Partey looking to bend one and it doesn't come off for him. Wow. Guys, it's going well. It's going well, guys. It's looking good. It's looking good, guys.
Come on, Arsenal, step it up.
Yeah, man. It's looking good, guys. Tired Gunnosaurus said Vieira not physical enough. You can't put him on. He's physically enough to play in the Champions League. This is the reason why last week when I made the comments, I was saying this guy's played for Porto, stunning player, Champions League experience, and then he comes there and we can't be making excuses saying he's not physical. I can't buy that, mate. I can't buy it. I've seen players lighter than him play well in this league. So I don't know what's going on there. I'd really like someone to voice that to Arteta. You don't spend 35 million on a player and then don't use him when we need depth. We badly need that depth. Cam says Martinelli with those couple of touches, that kills the flow of the game. Needs to trust his talent more and just go for it. I do agree with that. Here comes Arsenal again. Eddie making those runs. Xhaka's got to give that ball to Eddie
Good
on
save.
time. It's another good save.
It's a bad touch from Eddie, though. Bad touch.
No, but he got the ball too
get out
late.
to him.
He's got the ball too
If
late.
Eddie's touch would have been better there, he's through. He's clean through.
Yeah, he needed to receive that ball earlier than he did. Ref's going to blow a free kick there. Are you concerned that Eddie is not scoring so far in the big games, Newcastle and Spurs? No, because he scored against Brighton and he scored against Chelsea twice and got man of the match at the end of last season. So, yeah, I'm not concerned at all. It's not even a thing for me, bro. Yeah.
It should be off the in the buff.
And
Yellow
you're saying
card for
Nketiah is
Martinelli.
not a problem. What's that?
Yellow card for Martinelli.
Man. Game's getting a little bit cagey here.
Richarlison coming on. No, that's how desperate they are. They're throwing on a guy that's been injured for like 7 weeks.
Mad. Well, here comes Richarlison, everyone. Cam is saying, why is Martinelli doing this to me after the day we missed out on Mudryk? Well, Martinelli's not having to fear for his, mind you, Smith Rowe plays out there on the left, so there is that as well. So, yeah,
well, we got through them
Richarlison,
10 minutes.
yeah, we did. And listen, we've weathered the storm for 26 minutes, bro. We've weathered the storm. Spurs going for it now. Richarlison on the field. Andrew says next goal would be crucial.
Oh, defend the first striker. They're going for it.
Yeah, they are. And this is a real testament to how good Arsenal are as a defensive team. Like I said, only Newcastle's defense is better. You get into games like this. Gary, this is what wins you championship titles.
Oh,
When
100%, mate, 100%.
Yeah, you go away to a hostile environment, you put in a display like this, and you shut teams down. And right now, Spurs have picked it up in the second
Oh,
half.
he's gone through the back of Odegaard there.
I know.
The tackle is that. Richarlison's just punched Xhaka.
Look, what's going on now? Come on, ref, get a hold on this game.
Yellow card. Shocking tackle on Odegaard.
Yeah. So Dyer gets booked for a yellow card on a tackle on Nketiah. But
You got Richarlison punching Xhaka.
he goes into Odegaard. He goes into the back of Odegaard, doesn't he?
Yeah. Dyer get done for the foul on Odegaard, but then Xhaka's saying that, and then Richarlison comes up and pushes him in the face.
Yeah, isn't that so? That's two, that should be 2 yellow cards then. There should be a yellow card for Dyer, which he got, and there should be a yellow card for.
No, sorry. It was a little soft push on Ben White. I thought it was Xhaka.
I've just seen the replay. They've just shown the replay. Oh, stress, guys. Stress levels. Stress levels, man.
Go on, Eddie. Oh, what a tackle, whoever that was. Dyer, I think. What a clever free kick.
It was. They were quick. They're quick on the heels. Saka's got the ball on the right now, guys. Back to Odegaard. The through pass to Saka. Saka's had a quiet half right now, but Odegaard taking the game by the scruff of the neck. Xhaka, good ball out to Martinelli. Come on, Martinelli. Show up in this game, man. Come on. G saying Zinchenko going into the midfield as an extra centre midfield's like using a cheat code. That's hilarious.
And it was Longley that got booked as well.
Yeah.
Keeper's ball. Nothing stupid. Send it, Ramsdale. Look at that pass from Ramsdale. Are you kidding me? That's so unlucky, man. Bit more diagonal on that. Saka's clean through.
Yeah, exactly.
See, this was the option that England never explored in the World Cup when Ramsdale can do this.
So this is the part of the game, guys, where I get frustrated because we have already seen Spurs make substitutions. We're playing our players flat out for 90 minutes with no rotation, and you just cannot do that. You cannot do it. If we put fresh legs on against Newcastle, we could have finished them off. Right now, 75 minutes, this is where you need fresh legs to come on the pitch and then hold the game up. And right now, we're not doing that. I would put Tierney on, and I would put on Smith Rowe for Martinelli. Martinelli's not done much today.
Perisic for Sessegnon, I think that is.
So what, is that their third substitution?
And Basuma's coming on as well.
Yeah, so look, Spurs readily making substitutions. We ain't even thinking about it.
So if they put on Richarlison and these two, that's their third substitution.
That's the third, yep. Odegaard is Ozil, Fabregas, Gilberto Silva, all in one. I agree. Cam says Bertram, I think Martinelli had a few Gabrinas last night. He's not focused. Andrew said, big game next week. Man United are in form. They are. Let's take it one day at a time. Let's get this one over the line first. I'm missing 3 or 4 players on the bench. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why we're not. Come on, 76 minutes. We got to make a change. We need some fresh legs on there. Spurs have put on 3 players.
That's another free kick. Xhaka fouled by Kane.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That's late. Come on, and that's on Kane. That should be a yellow. Come on, because it's Harry Kane doesn't mean you can't book him.
No, nothing given. Just a free kick. Slow it down, Arsenal. No need to rush now.
Hey, Ganosaurus has got a good point. Why do you think Basuma came on? Basuma's not going to add any offensive capabilities to their game. So, yeah, I agree. I don't know why they brought him on. He's a defensive-minded player in that 4 role, and he doesn't give you much offensively. And he says, Xhaka, brilliant.
Another little late challenge there, look.
Yeah. Romero again takes out Odegaard, who should be off the pitch. Romero should have had 2 yellows.
And Odegaard tripped right on the edge of the area.
Yeah.
Free kick. And Eddie got taken out again by Longley. Eddie tried to make the run there. He's got taken out.
I just saw that.
Lovely fit. And Romero again.
This is what I'm saying.
How many
It's
times does
like,
this guy want? And he's still on the pitch. Shocking.
oh God. Absolutely shocking.
Another big 10 minutes here.
Yeah. I'm reading what Andy from Spurs is saying in the chat, and he's just getting frustrated, man. He's losing his crap at the moment. Shout out to everybody. Hit that like on the channel, guys, and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Big up to everybody. Gunnosaurus saying Martin Odegaard is a new Tony Adams, Captain Marvel. No, he's Thor Odin's son, my friend. He is Thor Odin's son.
Martinelli looks up for team.
Martinelli off for Tierney.
Martinelli off for Tierney?
Yeah.
What?
Martinelli off for Tierney, I'm being told.
So that means Zinchenko moves into the number 10. Why? Okay. That's a strange one. Xhaka blasted that over the bar. Yeah. That's a strange one, Andrew. That's not what I would have done.
Yeah, Tierney's coming on.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's doing there. He's moving Zinchenko into the 10 role, which he's used to playing anyway. Zinchenko can play all across that line.
So who goes? Oh,
Tierney's going left back. Which,
no,
quite
I
frankly,
don't think he is. I think Tierney's going in Martinelli's place.
Why is he going in? Oh Lord! All right, Martinelli's coming off now. So all right. So what's going on? So Tierney's replaced Martinelli.
Yeah, Tierney's replaced Martinelli.
So does that mean Tierney goes left back and Zinchenko goes in Martinelli's place?
No, looks like Tierney's playing in front of Zinchenko.
What are they doing?
Yeah, Tierney's playing in front of Zinchenko.
How does that make any sense?
Not
yeah, I can just see it. Yeah, I can see it now.
Not what I would have done, to be perfectly honest.
No, it's not what you want Tierney defending, and you want Zinchenko in the final third. That's weird.
Yeah,
10
well pressured, well
play,
played,
guys.
Tierney. Tierney just put the pressure on Romero and forced him to play it straight out of play. So goal difference is level with Man City now, 28 plus 28 each.
Let me look at that again. I didn't go back to that. So yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Level on goal difference. 8 points clear. Wow. How good have Arsenal been this season? I'm not sure about that substitution, guys. I mean, there was nothing wrong with it, but I think the positioning is weird. I wouldn't have done that.
If anything, I would have moved Zinchenko in front of Tierney.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, at some point, Smith Rowe is going to come on. I don't think you're not going to go into this game and not put Smith Rowe in. Richarlison's down. Richarlison's down.
With a dive Tom Daly would have been proud of.
Yeah. Cam saying tired of gun. He's saying Martinelli in for Tierney is a proper Arsene Wenger sub, and he said got to get Matoma. I love Matoma from Brighton. What a player, Matoma from Brighton, man. Doesn't he remind you?
From Ramsdale.
Yeah, he punched that out pretty well. Yeah, I like Matoma from Brighton. Quality player. Looks like Gabriel got pushed down in the box there. Looks like he got shoved. And he gets back up to make the clearance.
Yeah, we know that can't be given because it's Arsenal.
Yeah.
Great header from Saliba there. Brilliant header from Saliba.
Yeah, that's quality, man. So good.
Oh, good save, Aaron Ramsdale. Brilliant.
Yeah, from Richarlison.
This guy's been solid today. Man of the match. I don't care.
Absolutely the safest pair of hands in soccer,
Richarlison,
lads.
he was offside anyway, Richarlison.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Ramsdale's been cooking with gas today, guys. He really has. Funny, innit? This is what league title teams are made of. Even when you get through their midfield, you've got to beat the goalkeeper. It's been a good
100%.
game today from Ramsdale. Time is ticking down for Spurs now. 7 minutes left in the game.
Spurs on the attack. Harry Kane run down the right. Oh, it's over the bar.
Yeah, it's 3 against 4.
It's a corner.
How was there a touch on that? Who touched that? How was that a corner?
I don't know who touched it. Someone must have
Gabriel.
got.
They're saying Gabriel did. Yeah, is saying Gabriel did. Kulichevsky's cross from a tight angle, but Arsenal clear. Yeah, Arsenal clear. Gabriel with another clearance. How many clearances has he had this game?
Well done, Saka. That's what I like to see. Just smash it downfield. Let them start again.
Yeah.
You can't play football all the time.
Exactly. You got to defend, mate. And Arsenal are one of the best at doing it. I think you got to get Zinchenko. If Zinchenko can barely run, he's exhausted.
Eddie's walking.
Yeah.
You know, they're putting a shift 85 minutes. That's a big time to be putting in a shift.
I know. They're not resting. Eddie's had no rest, man.
Tomiyasu on for Zinchenko.
Yeah, I mean they should have taken Zinchenko 5 minutes ago. 10 even. That's really confusing. I'm scratching my head on that one.
Yeah, I didn't get that substitution.
Yeah, Mikel, I'm scratching my head a little bit here, Mikel. I don't know what the substitutions are a little bit confusing.
Did you see Richarlison trying to push Zinchenko off towards the byline instead of letting him go to the touchline?
And Zinchenko just pushing his fist up in the air. And Basuma comes in and tries to get Zinchenko off the field.
Can you believe that Zinchenko got a letter from the FA because of his celebrations against Fulham for being too passionate?
It's just ridiculous.
What nonsense is this, man?
Right here, up comes Tomiyasu. Zinchenko was exhausted. He couldn't even run anymore. It was getting so bad. You couldn't even run. What a game from Zinchenko today. Top quality game from him. How good has he been?
Oh, bad clearance. Oh, my God. How's that free kick, man? Bad clearance from Saka. Eddie tries to clear the ball. I think it's Davis that just comes in behind him. Oh, Perisic gets kicked in the knee. It's a free kick, Tottenham, to the right of Arsenal.
Yeah, Saka woofed the clearance, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a bad clearance there. That's like a bit of panic setting. And they're bringing on Brian Gill and I can't see who else. Looks like it's going to be Son.
Wow.
No Son. I'm dying to go toilet, but I can't move out of my seat.
I'm stressed. I'm stressed, man.
Two glasses of juice. I'm over.
I'm stressed. Odegaard's lying on the floor. It's a free kick to Spurs, but it looks like it goes into the wall.
Aaron Ramsdale, man, what are you doing? Why are you over there, Aaron Ramsdale? Yes, into the wall.
Yeah, it's into the wall.
I don't want to see no Qatar time in this game. That's for sure.
Yeah, that stuff is just that sent me to an early grave, man. 15 minutes.
Tierney looks like a fish out of water. Where he is.
He's been struggling this season. Oh, Ramsdale done well to that was deflected coming through to him. He's done well there. Yeah, we just need to keep possession of the ball. I mean, look at that. Saka gets the ball in the midfield and puts a sloppy pass into Tierney and it goes out of play. Come on, guys. We can't string 2 passes together now. What's going on? Daniel's saying, bro, I've been standing in one spot for longer than well, yeah, but we can't pass the ball now. Ty Gunnasaur says, what was Ramsdale doing with his positioning? We can't even pass the ball now. So Jill and Davis are on for Kulusevski and Langlet.
That Brian Gill looks like one of the Beatles from back in the day when they started, doesn't it?
Yeah, he does. He does.
Ringo Starr.
Yeah, proper Ringo Starr.
Go on, Eddie. Just take it to the corner, Eddie. That's it, Eddie. Take it to the corner, Eddie. That's it. Well played, Eddie. Brilliant. What strength. What strength, Eddie. He's just held off Bazuma like Bazuma was a lightweight.
Yeah. And won a throw-in. Well done, Eddie, man. Well done, Eddie. Yeah, love it, man. Absolutely love it. Just what they need. It's the final minute of the game, guys, and we just got
Spurs fans are leaving in their droves.
Yeah, you can see the Spurs fans walking out. See you later, guys. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Last one out, turn up the lights.
Spurs fans leaving in their droves.
Son.
Yeah, Daniel's saying their fans have given up. We bring on Tommy and Tony.
What happened there? He's not even offside, is he?
Nah.
Son plays the ball through to Perisic, and Perisic just seems to leave it. Ramsdale just calmly shots out and picks it up.
Yeah, guys, there will be 5 minutes of time added on. 5 minutes time added on. Five minutes of time added on. I'm taking the piss out of Andy in the chat. It's the time. Come on, lads. Yeah, Richarlison hasn't even scored a goal in the Premier League this season, has he?
I know, he's got one, isn't he?
In the Premier League. I don't remember that. I don't think he's scored in the league this season.
Look, Aaron Ramsdale, 7 shots on target faced. He saved all 7.
Yeah.
It's
got to be him, hasn't it, mate? It's got to be him.
Gabriel's having a go at Richarlison. Gabriel got booked. What did he get booked for? Why did Gabriel got booked?
Probably for dissent.
Arsenal fans having a party behind the race. Come on, let's just keep this clean sheet, man. Let's keep this clean sheet. Saka, there's no need for you to be in there, Saka. A well-played Ben White. Saka, there's no need for you to be in there with Odegaard.
Yeah, guys, the FA have sent a note to the Premier League saying they cannot allow Saka to get an assist for the first goal. So Saka will not be counted as an assist for the first goal. In case you guys were keeping tabs. They're going to mark that one off.
Can you assist an own goal?
Normally you can, yeah, but I don't know what they're doing here. Hey, Ebony, how you doing, man? Come on, Ebony! Yes, Ebony, give me a smile. Give me a smile.
I was in a meeting, so I've missed most of it, but I heard Odegaard scored a banger.
Wicked! It was a Kevin De Bruyne goal.
Okay.
It was a Kevin De Bruyne type goal. captains do what captains do, and he led his team, and it's been a fantastic game today. Spurs have come alive in the second half, which you'd expect. But Arsenal's defensive stout and
Go on, Nick.
Ramsdale,
Still
man of the
working.
match,
Eddie's still working
Ramsdale,
hard.
7 shots and 7 saves.
What kind of a challenge is that, ref?
Odegaard been top off for Vieira.
Odegaard off for Vieira,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then Ketia off for Smith Rowe.
Smith Rowe. Yeah, remember I said to you they can play Smith Rowe up top. It's not much of a rest. I mean, it's 93 minutes. It's not much of a rest for Eddie, is it?
I can understand that you don't want to change the pattern of the game too much because they're trying to get at us. We're trying to hold them off. So you can't change it too much. But
Yeah.
this could have been done 10 minutes ago.
Yes, exactly.
10, 15 minutes ago, this could have been done.
Saka's completely spent as well. He's knackered.
Well played, Eddie.
Yeah.
Put in a brilliant shift.
Oh, so cool.
Odegaard has just been brilliant, man. He's just been fantastic today.
Eddie taking richly deserved applause there. He's been fantastic.
Ebony getting shout outs here.
Ebony always gets shouted out, man.
I
Ebony's
know,
got
she
loads
gets
of
more
admirers.
shout outs than I do. Nobody says hello, Apollo. Mind you, they do say hello, Apollo. Daniel says hi, Ebs. Cam says hi, Ebs. 18 says Ebony, my Nubian queen. He always calls her his Nubian queen. Cam saying, gauge management, lads. Don't try and be too attacking now. Ride it out. They are desperate now. Ebony get bare love when she come on here, man. Bare love.
Apollo, you better mind you don't take no hostile takeover. Ebony 101.
Oh, man.
That's it, Ramsdale. Send it. Tierney's still playing up. Tierney's still playing up top,
Bro, Tierney is just, boy, I don't even know, man.
There's 1 minute left. Why is your fullback up there with 1 minute to go? No stupidness. That's it. Force him back. Well done, Smith Rowe. That's it. Mark up. Lloris can't kick the ball. Dodgy keeper. Yes, Gabriel.
Man, guys,
Look at
the scoreline, man. Look at the scoreline. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I'm getting bare love. 18, Delvez.
This is brilliant, guys.
Daniel.
First time we've won here since 2014.
So now I can go on a particular Facebook page and rip the shreds out of Tottenham fans.
We've done the double over Arsenal. We've done the double over Spurs. Game done, guys.
I can go toilet now.
Done. Game done, guys. Game done. Arsenal 2,
fans getting
Spurs 0. The game done.
What's going on?
I can go to the toilet now. Ebony's with you, Apollo, so don't leave you on your own.
Oh, guys, I'm elated.
I'm just looking at. I'm watching it via Sky. I'm sure that our players are getting grief from the fans.
This is brilliant. This is just brilliant. I don't even know what to say. This is just brilliant. This is just brilliant. Guys, I'm elated. I'm elated, guys. I'm elated.
I think there's been a bit of a.
And they're throwing. Oh, look, the security guys are trying to keep the Spurs fans back.
Yeah, because they're angry. But you got beat. They got beat. So what's the problem?
Wow. This is crazy.
And you're about to see Arteta pushing Ramsdale to safety, and then also Xhaka like pushing them away as well, leading them away to say, "Look,
I can see, guys. This is very unsavory.
Oh, what's going on? It's all kicking off. Arteta's putting people away.
Naomi's saying that Ramsdale got punched by a fan.
And Granit Xhaka now, just the man who you don't want. Granit Xhaka is being pulled off by Arteta. Get the Arsenal players off the pitch. Get them off.
No, get them down to the fans. Get them down to the fans. Just to applaud the fans. Brilliant.
Get them off the pitch.
Can't wait for expressions.
It's madness.
I know.
What's up, Ebony? Like they started showing some of the clips here. Ramsdale got punched by a fan. Richarlison, he's gonna get reprimanded because he looked like he was proper shoving Ramsdale. Like it ain't good. Ain't good at all. Like
I saw Tom Yasu the other day. It just reminded me. I saw Tom Yasu in Enfield Town walking out, leaning out the window of my bus. I go, "Yes, Tommy." And you're okay.
This is nuts.
Listen, I get that Tottenham fans, so potato heads are upset.
Look how much Arsenal are celebrating. Look. I love it. I love it.
Enjoy it, Spurs. Come on now.
I love it.
Don't be hurt too much. Don't be hurt.
Saliba was brilliant today, man. Saliba was brilliant. Him and Gabriel rock. Yeah, Saliba and Gabriel, both of them together. Fantastic.
Man, what a game. Like, so dominant to see Arsenal. Like, so happy to see Arsenal so dominant.
Look at Arteta's face. Look at the smile on his face. Guys, we are 8 points clear at the top of the table. This is astonishing. I love it. Guys, listen, 7 clean sheets in 10 away games. 7 clean sheets in 10 away games. 7 clean sheets, guys. That's some real doing in the Premier League. That's elite level. 8 points ahead of second place Man City. This is the biggest lead in the competition since the Invincible season.
Apollo, if we keep going like this, like we really just need to beat Man City once, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes,
I just think just take a point off them, and that's it. Done.
Nah, we need to raise our game higher than that.
Wow.
What a game. What a game. Like
honestly,
dominated.
That first 45 minutes was as good as anything I've ever seen.
Yes.
Ever.
Yeah.
I agree. They played like they were the Emirates. This has got to be the most impressive win this season. It really has. Because we haven't won here for 9 years. 9 years, guys.
It's always a hard place to go, isn't it?
Always. And they just beat Crystal Palace 4-0 here last week.
No, that was away, wasn't it? That was away. They beat Palace 4-0 away.
Yeah. Away, yeah. Daniel saying champion stats right there. Fab Taku, good to see you, bro. I ain't seen you in a while. Good to see you, man. Hit a like on this channel, bro. He says it's Arsenal FC. We're by far the greatest team the world has ever seen. Preach,
and it's
Arsenal. Preach,
Arsenal FC.
Brilliant.
We're by far the greatest team the world has ever seen.
So Liverpool, so in the league table now, Liverpool and Brighton have got a game in hand over Spurs, and if they win, Spurs drop out the top 5 down to 7th.
But the trick about it is what I'm saying to you is Man United are in 4th on 38 points, and Spurs have got 33. So they already forget the Arsenal and everyone else. They're 5 points off the top 4 already. And Man United have won 9 games in a row. Like next week at the Emirates is going to be huge. United are on a 9-game winning streak. What can I say, guys? Arsenal just battering down records left, right, and center. I felt the sub. I'm still going to give Arteta a perfect 10 today because he's just trending upwards, man, in the right way.
He does deserve criticism, though, right? Like, I've been listening to the stream that you were saying, and you were absolutely right. Smith Rowe and Fabio Vieira, they should have come on way sooner, and that's the only reason why I'll give him a 9.
Yeah.
But besides that, like, no, he got his tactics right. Like, the energy from the beginning with the first half, like, amazing. Like, absolutely brilliant. Like, you could not have gotten a better start than that. Once again, you got to give Arteta his credit and plaudits.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable. And a fan got so frustrated, guys. He tried to. Well, Ramsdale was winding up the actual fans, and a fan comes up and tries and punches him, and there's probably going to be jail time for that fan. It's probably going to be jail time, because please don't mess around when it comes to those things. Attacking a player is the wrong message. You can't entice fans to come out and do that, and there's going to be repercussions of that completely to stop that from happening going forward. Because if that guy had a knife in his pocket, then we're having a different conversation. So we can't allow those things to go on. What a game today!
Is it jail time though? Or is it?
Yeah,
is it,
no, it should be. Yeah.
GBH. Yeah, it's GBH, man.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm sure the club would have to do something about that as well, because you can't really be.
Oh, yeah.
You can't, I mean, I know we all get upset when our team loses, but at the end of the day, what we don't do is go around punching the opposing player's goalkeeper. It's just.
I mean, GBH standard is 5 years in prison. That's a standard sentence.
Mm.
You know, they don't always get that, but that's the standard sentence. So look, the normal's between 3 to 15 years, depending on how bad you beat somebody up. So listen, guys, man, I'm loving it, guys. It's time to party. If I had my pops, I'd be popping them right now. If I was drinking, I'm not drinking for 2 months because of my lungs and the way they are. It's my birthday at the end of next month, so when I go out, I'll have a drink for my birthday. But for now, I've sustained from alcohol, so I've just got the mango juice keeping me happy right here. But guys, pull out your drinks. It's time to party. Arsenal 2-0 winners tonight. Stylist says, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Would be on the chat with you guys, but it's dedicated to Arsenal Bar here in Washington, D.C. Shout out to all of you guys. Respect to you guys. Respect to the Skins. I don't know whether they're going to sack Ron Rivera, but they have to figure that shit out, man. New ownership, Daniel Snyder out, and let's think about who else is going to come in. Give the team to Bezos or something, man. Cam saying, Stylist, well, even if there was some shithousery from the Rammers, a fan kicking him should be punishment for Spurs and not us. Yeah, because Spurs would be failing to control their fans. So there'll be a punishment for Spurs. Fair point. Oh, God, there's so much, guys. Game of two halves, attack outstanding in the first half, defense. And yeah, it showed. The first half showed how good we are as an attacking team. The second half showed how good we are defensively. And our goalkeeper was the epitome of that performance, and he gets my man of the match. Bertram says, on to the next game, one game at a time, and what a game. Man United, 9 wins in a row for them coming into the Emirates. Boy, that's going to be box office, man. That is Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder box office next week. And Stylist saying, I'm a Cowboy fan. Cowboy fan in DC, that's hilarious. Figure, my brother, big shout out to you, man. Goon Squad in the house. Nice one, bro. Daniel says, it's the little Gooner's birthday tomorrow. Shout out to my little 6-year-old cousin. Happy birthday to you. Happy Soul Day, as I always say. What a way to celebrate it. Gary, what's your thoughts? I'm going to do player ratings. Actually, let's go to Neomis, because Neomis was away here, and then we'll go to Gary. Neomis, what was your thoughts on the first half? On the whole game, sorry.
Whole game, amazing. Like, just once again dominant. I know first half, like, I think we were perfect. Like, I don't think we could have done anything else right except to put more of the chances that we created away to, like, really make this, like, really just rub it in. And then the second half, I think the kind of intensity slowed a bit, but I think that was because of Spurs. But even then, we still managed them just fine. I think Spurs, like, they tried, but we did what we needed to do. Good tactic from
Conte to overload the
Arsenal left.
Inverted left back. Good tactic. Yeah, no.
Is it me or is it you?
Yeah, as I said, good tactic. Yeah, no, it was the stream kicking up. It should be fine now. Yeah, go on.
Okay.
Yeah, no, so the tactic to attack that. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, yeah, Conte, they tried to really target Zinchenko on that left-hand side, and I thought that might cause like a serious problem. I thought that's where the goal might come from, even if it was a goal just out of play or even a penalty. Like I predicted a Harry Kane penalty, and it didn't come around this year. So I think that is massive, especially every time we face Spurs. And then we just persisted on to the end. I think for me, the only thing that I would have liked is I'd have liked to see Smith Rowe earlier on in the game. I'd like to see Fabio Vieira earlier on in the game, maybe just to try to bring off some of the players and rest them a bit. But like I do understand, like, it's Spurs, like they're a quality side, and you don't want to change too much just in case like it really throws things off. So again, just a really, really good performance in a North London derby that even the Spurs fans will tell you this. The reason why they're so butthurt about it is because they know that like they didn't have a chance. Like, we were so dominant that we made them look like really below average, when I wouldn't say that they're below average. Like, I thought that they played well. It's just that Arsenal were just that good.
Yeah, Neomis?
Yeah, did you hear all of that?
Yeah,
I didn't get the last bit.
No, I was saying that like I think that Spurs, it wasn't like they played really, really badly. It's just that Arsenal was so good that we made them look below average.
Yeah, just astonishing. Just such a great performance. And I'm just absolutely loving it. Gary, what was your thoughts on the game as a whole?
Yeah, the game as a whole, I thought in the first half we was just simply breathtaking, and I agree with Naomi. We didn't put a foot wrong. It was almost the perfect 45 minutes. Maybe you could have said, if you're being really harsh, you could have said.
Sorry, Gary. Let me stop you there.
What's about time then?
This is Odegaard and Ramsdale.
Amazing. Yeah, we remember what happened here last year, and we wanted to do. How much did you feel you were totally in control in that first half?
Yeah, totally. We played the way we wanted to play the whole first half, and we got the deserved lead. Yeah.
The first one was a slightly strange goal, but yours was an absolute beauty. Tell us about it, and also that goal celebration, basketball. Where's that come from?
It's just something we talk about a lot inside the team. Something with basketball, so that's why we did it. And yeah, Rambo tells me to shoot all the time, so finally I did, and see what happened.
Aaron, you more than played your part as well. Some big saves there, particularly from Son and Kane as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm there to do. The manager also mentioned, obviously, I think the last quite a few North London derbies we haven't kept a clean sheet either. So especially when he's been in charge, so I think that might have spurred me on a little bit.
Of course, it's been a terrific day for you, but what happened at the end? You seem to be involved with a fan as well. Can you tell us exactly what happened?
Yeah, actually, the Spurs fans were giving me some throughout the second half. I gave them some back, which for that the few people who I did do it to was probably well greeted, sportsmanship like. And then a fan I jumped over and give me a little punch in the back. So yeah, that's what happened, and it's a shame because it's just a game of football at the end of the day.
What happened after that? Were you dragged away?
Yeah, everyone. I think both sets of players as well tried to, bring me away, and but yeah, thankfully not too drastically, but it's our taste. But I'm sure we'll enjoy it when we go back in adjustment.
8 points is the lead right now. What's the significance of that at this stage of the season?
No, we're in a good position. No doubt about that. But we have to stay humble. We have to keep working hard. We can still improve a lot of things. You see today the difference between the first and the second half. So we still have some things to improve. So we have to keep going and keep pushing.
Well, it was a fabulous victory. Aaron, you were named the player of the match. Marty, will you hand over the award, please?
Yeah, they agreed with us. I gave him player of the match. Okay, right. So we move away from Sky because we can't talk to Sky, and we move to one-to-one, who you can all talk to. So listen, man, jubilation, guys. We're partying here, Tony. We're having a party here. This is official party time, happy hour here after the game. And we're just going to continue to give our thoughts. And Ebony, what was your thoughts on the game?
Because I was in a meeting, I didn't really see much of it. I saw the second half, and basically, I would say that defensively we were on point. I would suggest that Arteta got his tactics right defensively. The goals that I did see, they were well taken, especially Saka's goal was just like really soft, but Odegaard's goal, you would have expected Lloris to have caught that, but because it was so low. But that's how it goes sometimes. But I just think that if we defend like that, the way that we did against Man United, we'll be all right. And if we just keep our cool, take one game at a time, and just go from there. We've not won anything yet, and I'm quite mindful of that. But just keep going. Keep defending the way that we do, keep attacking the way that we do, and just be mindful of the next game, which is Man United, how quick they can be off the mark. So yeah, so defensively, I'm pleased with it. I'm just a bit annoyed at the fact that Tottenham's fans, and especially Richarlison, which at the end of the day he should know better, really. Because it was Richarlison that actually attacked, if you like, Ramsdale, and then a fan kicked Ramsdale in the back. So that just goes to show that some of their fans and their players can't really take it when they lose. So I think the fan and Richarlison should actually be punished for that.
Richarlison has history. has history.
Yeah, he has history in Everton. He's always been known as a hothead. I'm sure they'll come down on him for that. But
he's just an angry man, isn't he? He's just an angry man.
He's just an angry man. You got that right, Gary.
Angry man in a world of soup with a fork.
I thought we was in control pretty much most of it. As expected, they came out that second half with a vengeance. You're losing 2-0 to your biggest rivals in your home stadium, which you've not lost in 3 attempts. They had to come out with a vengeance, and we just controlled the game. They took lots of possession in the second half, but they didn't create anything. They literally had that one Harry Kane header, and what else did they create?
Well, they created a lot because they had 7 shots on target, and it was 7 saves from Ramsdale. So they created quite a bit. I mean, at the beginning of the second half, they were slicing us open, especially on the left-hand side. So they did come on strong, and that's the reason why Ramsdale got man of the match from us, and then Sky's just giving it to him now. And some of the saves he made, the second save, Gary, where he goes down low on his left foot, I thought that was going in.
Yeah, from Sessegnon.
Yeah, the first one where Harry Kane goes to the mid left and he makes that long save, I thought that was quite conventional. But it's the second save, and then it's just save after save after save after save. But then, as I said, 20 minutes into the second half, Arsenal weathered that storm. They weathered it. And I think that's what took the fight out of Spurs. Then Eddie starts to hold up play, waste time, and do all of his stuff. And brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Bertram says, Tony, really?
That was because I said that we were controlling. I really didn't think Spurs would score. At no point. I mean, yeah, they did cut us open. I'm not going to deny that. But I just don't think they had the Sessegnon chance was a gilt edge opportunity. Outside of that, the opportunities are they're opportunist type of opportunities as opposed to gilt edged opportunities.
So guys, sorry, Tony, carry on. I'll just do a statement after you do
just
that.
Want to say, man, look, we go on. We move on to Man United in great spirits. The one thing I thought was, about 80 minutes, it looked like Eddie had run himself into the ground. And I'm like, please, just replace Eddie.
Yes,
Bring on Smith Rowe. Just let him run around, cause havoc up front for 15 minutes. That's all you've got to do. If you ain't got a player who you can go out there and say, cause havoc up front for 15 minutes and drop in when it goes deep, I don't know what you need to be proving. I agree. I think you just have to protect Eddie. You have to protect Saka. When you're 2-0 up.
I think it was a little bit before that, Tony. I think it was around the 70th minute. He was just dead.
Yeah, I'm just like,
but
please, guys.
I've got a statement. Those of you subscribe to the channel know I did the preview with Andy, who's our Spurs panelist on a Friday night in a Premier League show. And Andy's issued a statement saying, with the attack on Ramsdale, he said, bloody idiots. That's all I can say. Stuart needs to stop that happening. Not good enough. And then he says, congratulations, Arsenal. Your victory was fully deserved. The Premier League is yours to lose. 8 points clear, 20 games to go. Sad Spurs fan checking out now. Enjoy your fun. So credit to Andy. I got a lot of respect and time for Andy, as you guys know. So has Tony. So that's our response from Andy. Guys, let's talk about player ratings now. Lots to discuss. Goalkeeper, I'm giving Aaron Ramsdale a perfect 10. He was the difference in the game for me. And when you have a game this tight and you talk about players and you talk about tactics, you're talking about you're playing away from home, the one deciding factor. So, yeah, we can deal with their Arsenal attackers. Yeah, we can deal with their midfield. We can try and get past Gabriel and Saliba. But then you've got the Ministry of Defense, yeah, in Ramsdale. And then you've got to get past this guy. And today showed exactly why Arsenal are title contenders and they're favourites to win the league, is because we always talk about every week all the wonderful things that happens on the outfield parts of the field and how wonderful our outfield players are. But then it comes back to this guy, the last line of defense. And he just turned up today and showed everybody, look, don't forget about me. I'm here. I need to be regarded as such. His distribution was flawless today. He serves. He took control in the box. There was maybe one decision that made me and Gary irk. There was a shot that came in. I didn't think it was that hard. I thought he could have caught it, but he decided to punch it. He didn't punch it into danger. He punched it out to Partey. So, again, no love lost from there. Perfect game, perfect score. He's my man of the match. Number 2, I go to Ben White. Ben White gets a 7.5 today. Remember all the problems that Song caused our team on the back end of last season when Rob Holding got sent off with the red card? Did you guys see Song turn up today? Not really, and that was because of Ben White. Really good outing, defensively sound, and just he dealt with the overlap on that side of the field time and time again, which is the reason why they switched over to the right side of Zinchenko, because they was having no luck against Ben White. I probably should give him an 8, but I'm giving him a 7.5. I didn't give him an 8 because I didn't think he got forward and helped Saka as much as he should do, but he gets a solid 7.5 for me. Saliba, 7.5 today, solid. Just like his partner, kept Harry Kane quiet all day. Kane barely had a sniff. The 2 shots Kane took were outside the box, not inside the box. So Saliba had his number. Funny, Spurs fans didn't rate him. I wonder what they're going to say after today. Gabriel, 8. We've been talking about Saliba's been the top centre-back for us this season. Statistically, it's been Gabriel. I've been struggling and scratching my head wondering why. Now I know. This guy's just been flawless. He had 8 headed clearances today. Just absolutely flawless. Marshalled Harry Kane well, kept him quiet as well. He had none of their strikers had any influence on us today. And look, he might have been a bit ropey and shaky at the beginning of the season, but Gabriel is just rock solid right now, and he needs to be respected for that. So I'm going to give him an 8 today. Zinchenko, he gets an 8. For an hour of the game, just total dominance. And I've been saying that when he comes in, somebody mentioned in the chat, playing him as an inverted is like a cheat code. It's like you're playing him as a cheat code on a video game because it just shouldn't be allowed. Him, guys, we've not had him in the team for 2 months. People talking about Arsenal ain't had injuries. We had Partey out, Zinchenko, Jesus. We've had Smith Rowe for 4 months. Don't listen to the media. We've had bare injuries, and we're still top of the league, 8 points clear. And with this guy coming back, has only made us stronger. When Jesus comes back next month, that's going to only make us stronger. Because can you imagine a fresh Nketiah, a fresh Jesus with them two interlinking. And look, at the moment, my concern is these guys are not getting a lot of rest. That's my only concern. But I deal with that as it comes because Europa is not back next month. So let's deal with it now. And then next month, as this fixtures start to pile up, you have to rotate. You can't be doing this, play them for 90 minutes shit. That don't work. So you get away with it now, fair enough. Next month when the Europa comes back, you cannot do that. But right now, absolutely, this guy, I've said it 1,000 times, Zinchenko's the most intelligent player on our team. He knows how to speed the game up. He knows how to slow the game down. He is the tempo manager of this game. He's a conductor. Tony?
Are we not blowing him a little bit higher than Thomas Partey when you say that? Because I've got the statistics for the game. Thomas Partey run this game. I know what you're saying about Zinchenko's intelligence.
Yeah.
And it's very funny because when I look at my past statistics, my past percentage statistics, my advanced passes statistics, Thomas Partey's here and Zinchenko is just slightly underneath it. The two of them in tandem with that inverted fullback position that Zinchenko plays, the two of them in tandem is a match made in heaven. You have two guys who can find a pass, whose passing is accuracy. Thomas Partey, 92%. Zinchenko, 88%. You know, it doesn't get much better, bro.
Yeah, and this is the reason why I'm starting to see some fans talk about Partey not playing well. He's had a few 6 out of 10s in the last few games. It's not that he's not playing well. It's just that he's not getting involved in the game because the creative side of that game is being managed by, ever since Zinchenko came back, it's almost made Xhaka a passenger. He's not as involved in the game as he was before because the route that they're taking in transition is something that they've excelled in all season. And that is, you know, if you look, guys, normally they go through Odegaard and they go through to Partey and they go through to Saka. That's how it's normally worked. Now they're going through Zinchenko and it's going through all different kind of angles. So our transitional players switch. So that's the reason why you're not so much seeing Odegaard in the build-up play. Odegaard's now getting on the end of things. And that's the reason why you're not seeing Xhaka in that kind of sort of space being active. It's because Zinchenko is managing the game. So there's a certain differential change in our transitional play. And it's not that the players are not playing well. It's just that the route to that success and our attacking forte is very different now. So that's the reason why we're seeing some players sort of take a backseat. It doesn't mean they're not playing well. It just means that there's just not the options in the game. So we move on to Thomas Partey. Wow. We talk about Saliba being the Rolls Royce, but, you know, truth of the matter is this guy is the factory of Rolls Royces. He's just bosses. I've never seen anyone dominate this guy this season. Not once. Not once. I've never seen anybody get the best of this guy. He's played almost everyone outside of Rodri and De Bruyne and them guys. And I cannot wait for him to play them. I cannot wait. The biggest thing against Spurs, I told them fans, when they beat us 3-0 at the back end of last year, I said to them, yeah, I know we never had all them players, you know, Tomiyasu injuries, Ben White had just come back from 2 months off, Tierney was injured. I said, but the biggest problem, which is why we got shown up, because there was no Thomas Partey. We didn't have Thomas Partey for the last 10 games of last season. This season, Partey's only missed, 2 or 3 matches? And when he's played, he is just, he's name me 3 midfielders in Europe that is better than this guy. You'll be hard pushed. You might find some names, but you name me 3 players in Europe that are playing better than this guy. He is top 3 in Europe. He's elite. I said it months ago, and I'm saying it again now. This guy is Arsenal's best player. I know I was talking about he's the highest rated Arsenal player on FIFA, but this guy is elite, guys. Trust me. Said it 1,000 times. He is, and you know, respect to Bertram, because Bertram was the guy. Yeah, I'm shouting out my guy Bertram now. Bertram was the guy that said, if we get Thomas Partey, it's over. And everyone's like, I'm not sure about that. And then when he first arrived, he was having a few dodgy games. And even Bertram started questioning him at that point. But you know what? I was right about Eddie. I was right about Odegaard. But Bertram was right about Partey. Yeah, shout out to Bertrand with that. Partey is elite, guys. Elite. This guy, 50 million? What? That was a bargain what we paid for him. Excellent game. Again, bring on Man United and bring on Man City. I want to see them play Partey. That's all I'm saying. Odegaard. No, let's go to Xhaka. Xhaka gets a 6, and I don't have to say anything because I explained about what's going on. Again, solid outing, but he's just not as much involved in the game, not finding those pockets of space because the play doesn't go through him. So you are going to get times where he's isolated. It doesn't mean he's had a crap game. It just means that he's just not involved in the build-up play. So for him, he has to do what Odegaard's doing. He's got to step up to that next level now and get himself more involved in the box to get it on the end of things when the ball starts to get played through the channels from Martinelli and Saka. Odegaard, boy, if it wasn't for Ramsdale, he would have easily been man of the match. What a display by this guy. Now the team's leading scorer with 8 goals this season. He was absolutely superb. He's growing into one of the best in the league. When I compared him to Kevin De Bruyne, you lot laughed. I can't hear you laughing now. Bertram is saying the pass to Nketiah, which he muffled, was a 10. Agreed. 100%, bro. 100%. Saka, look, I thought Saka played okay. I'm giving him a second. Unlike Martinelli, he was running directly at the defense, causing all kind of problems. He tailed off in the second half. And guys, we don't know the specifics behind the injury last week when he was taken off early. We don't know. We don't know. I've heard nothing from London Coney. Arteta's kept it quiet and said he was fit. But to me, I think that the results of what happened last week was shown with him this week. I don't think he trained a lot, and I think he tailed off towards the end of the game. But I thought he had a fantastic first half, so I'm going to give him a 7. Martinelli, he gets what Xhaka got. He gets a 6. He runs the decision making in the final third. What he does as an end product, that's been struggling for a while now. It's been a couple of games now, and you have to start to think to yourself, we don't have Mudryk, so that's not going to facilitate that, but we do have Smith Rowe. And I remember when we was rotating them in that position before, it didn't kind of play out well, and in the end, they gave the keys to Martinelli. So I'm just happy that Smith Rowe's back so we can get some rotation done there, because I think maybe he needs to sit for a little bit. But moving me to Nketiah. Nketiah, solid 10. Look, he missed 2 big chances, 2 good saves from both at tight angles, by the way. Both at tight angles. Lloris made some saves on those. But his work off the ball and in the build-up play, come on, guys. Come on. About time the guy gets some recognition now. It ain't just the goals. I've been saying it for a long time. I'm saying to you guys, look at Eddie. Look at the way he runs back into the midfield, helps the defense, closes down on the goalkeeper. Defenses don't like playing against them. They don't. Yeah? Arteta, I was going to give him a perfect 10, but you lot talked me out of it, man. Leo, Miss, Gary, you two talked me out of it because the substitutions I thought today didn't work for me. It didn't work. It didn't work. I thought the substitutions, he should have taken... he should have put Tierney in at left back when they spotted that they were attacking that side because of the inverted role. Yeah, it was key that we shore that up, and I didn't think that he attacked that very well. And getting Smith Rowe on in the 92nd minute, I think he should have. Yeah, so he gets a 9.5 from me. That's where I'm at on that. Who wants to go first? Gary, do you want to go first?
Can I just say, guys, you have to consider Xhaka's role, is to facilitate others' movement, in the team. Just so you are aware of this, Xhaka is the only player on the pitch who has 100% pass accuracy, 100% pass accuracy, and played the entire 95 minutes of the game.
Yeah, the eye test says he didn't do much.
He had twice as many touches as Gabriel Martinelli. Twice as many touches as Gabriel Martinelli, who you literally just gave the same mark to.
But it's the way you play, the positions you take up defensively.
And let me give you another one, He plays the perfect pass to Eddie Nketiah, who should have scooped the goalkeeper and scored the 3rd goal. The
Yeah,
pass
Bertram's
was
saying-
sublime.
Bertram saying Partey was his man of the match. And it says Zinchenko's like Alexander Arnold, brilliant going forward, but cannot defend. Gary, you got the conch. Is Gary on mute? Oh, Gary's on mute. Gary, you're on mute, mate.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Pleased with the result. Over the moon with the performance in the first half. Second half, I think maybe it could be our squad depth, which didn't allow us to carry on as we was in the first half. So the boys had to know they had to sit back a little bit, absorb some pressure, but they was never going to play as they did in the second half. But team performance, I thought, was outstanding. Ramsdale gets to 10, 7 massive saves. Ben White, first half, I thought he was excellent. And I thought he got forward, he supported Saka. Second half, he had nothing to do because all the play was over the other side of the pitch. So Ben White gets a 7. Gabriel and Saliba, I thought they was both immense throughout the game. They kept Harry Kane quiet. They won their headers. They won their tackles. They broke up play. They stepped into play. They broke it up. In the rare occasion that it got past Partey, I'm going to give them both an 8. Now Zinchenko, in the first half, I thought the guy controlled everything. He came into Partey. He was over on the right. He was on the centre. He was in the left. He made a couple of runs out from the back. He was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to give Zinchenko an 8. Partey's going to get a 9. Yeah, he misplaced a couple of passes, which is very un-Partey-like. But in the second half, Spurs bypassed the midfield. They had to take Partey out of the game. That's why they kept knocking the long ball diagonals and forward to take Partey out of the game because they couldn't get past him on the ground. So Partey gets a 9. Xhaka, I thought Xhaka had a good game. He may not be as relevant as he was, say, 5 or 6 weeks ago, popping up with goals after goals and assists, but he's got a job in that team. He's a leader. And he gets the players going and he's telling them what they should do. So that's an important role. So Xhaka gets an 8. Saka, I agree with Apollo. I think Saka's carrying an injury and he has been since he's come back from the World Cup. And where he's had to play so much game time, I think he's starting to feel the effects of an injury that he's been carrying. So when we can get the likes of Reece Nelson back and Smith Rowe, to give this kid a break, let him sit out a couple of halves or whatever, I think that would be. So Saka, in the first half, he was terrorising them. So Saka also gets an 8. Martinelli on the other side, again, I can share disappointment in Martinelli because his end product seems to have dried up and he doesn't seem to be going past people like you see Saka doing. So Martinelli, but his work rate is good. He gets back and defends. He's a willing runner. So Martinelli gets a 7. Odegaard, I thought, was absolutely brilliant from start to finish. Scored a cracking goal. Comes up with these little delicate passes which you don't expect. So he gets a 9. And Eddie Nketiah, I thought from start to finish, he's running himself into the ground. He was absolutely non-stop throughout the game. Another little important carry into the corner flag, and he held off Basuma like Basuma was a fly. Basuma's a big, strong lad.
That was brilliant.
And he just held him off like for a good 5 seconds, as if to say, you're not winning the ball. Then he wins a throw. So he carried us up the pitch, reminiscent of what he done back end of last season in a few games, where he's just run corner flag and held it up and wasted valuable time. So Nketiah gets an 8. Arteta, I didn't understand the Tierney substitution. That didn't make any sense to me. Even now, I can't even fathom why he put Tierney in front of Zinchenko. I think once they started coming down the left, he had to go Zinchenko off, Tierney on. Yeah, shut down that angle. So Arteta, he gets a 9 today. But overall team performance is 10 out of 10.
Agreed. Neomis, you want to go next? Because Ebony's gone missing.
Yeah. So for me, Ramsdale, Sorry, what did you
Sorry,
say?
go on.
Oh, yeah. Ramsdale for me, I'm gonna give a 9. He's my joint top score, joint high rating in this team. I think for me, what Spurs were doing in the second half, I think he definitely saved us a lot. There were some shots that I expected to go in, and that's when I thought Spurs would get that goal and it was going to end up 2-1. But Ramsdale, another like brilliant performance from him. Ben White, I'm going to give an 8. I thought he was solid. I like what he's doing, like playing in that position, and I once again just given another good solid defensive performance. And really, you know, I know Son on that left-hand side in the first half was a bit tricky, but for the most part, like he had him all game. Saliba and Gabriel, just the pair alone, for me, I gave them both 8s. I think the pair of them are just like brilliant together. They like very rarely ever make mistakes. They're always covering for one another, making sure that like nothing ever gets through. And I think like stats wise, I think Gabriel was a little bit better with like some of the clearances, but I just think the pair in tandem just brilliant together. So for me, I gave them both 8s. Zinchenko, I also gave an 8 for him as well. Again, the tactic that Arteta put for him, but having that inverted role, I think suits him so well. Again, I think some of the times defensively he was okay. But just some of the passing that he was doing, the way he got around the pitch, the work rate, I'm loving Zinchenko. I'd love for him. I think if Arteta, like if you're talking a best Arsenal 11, I'd love to see him and Partey in that midfield together. Like, because for me, before he joined, I thought it would have been Tierney at the left back and Zinchenko in midfield instead of Xhaka. And that's how much of a fan I am of Zinchenko. He just is able just to get the job done. So, again, for me, he gets an 8. Partey, for me, he gets an 8.5. Again, an engine in that midfield, plus the fact that, you know, it's so close to scoring the goal, the work rate, controlling the midfield, that the strength. Like Spurs didn't know what to do with Thomas Partey in that game. And again, like just brilliant performance. I see Tony's trying to say something. My guess is that it's probably
you're on mute.
Is it
Tony.
on the Dolphins game? Is that?
Yeah, Tony, you're on mute.
Yeah, you're on mute.
I'm on a phone call. Sorry.
Okay. I'm always trying to say something.
Yeah, Bertram, they had 7 shots on target, bro. Ramsdale had 7 saves. Go on.
Listen, like, I mean, I know, like, Spurs tried. It's just that Arsenal were just way better. Xhaka, I actually gave him a 7.5. I thought he was good today. I think, like a lot of people saying that he's kind of tailed off. I don't think he's quite tailed off. I just think that I think similar to you in that because Zinchenko's now come back, it's kind of made the need for him to do more a little bit obsolete. But I thought that he did everything he needed to do. You know, he's shown, to be honest, since I watched the Arsenal documentary on how much of a leader he is in this team. And again, he's shown that on the pitch. So, like, well done to Xhaka. So for me, I gave him a 7.5. Odegaard, for me, he gets a 9. He's my joint top scorer, a joint high match rating with Ramsdale. Just brilliant. Once again, brilliant performance from him. Creativity, work rate. Some of the passing in this game, just really, really nice. And once again, just the improvement from last season for me, I just think brilliant. Like he is showing world-class form this season, whilst last season, we wasn't seeing that. So for me, just brilliant from him. Saka, I'm going to give it 8.
Harry said we ended Spurs' season today.
In a way, yeah, because you know what, right? Like after this transfer window, like don't believe, like Chelsea will come back, and for me, Spurs, I don't know what they have to go through a whole rebuild now. You know, like they've got a lot of work to do. You know, the Spurs, the good time for Spurs has ended, and now Arsenal are here. So get back in your place, and see you in another 20 years, Spurs.
So guys, there's a couple of things before I go to Tony and Ebony. There's a couple of things that I've got to talk about. The first thing is the PFA has made an official response in regards to Aaron Ramsdale. It says, on Aaron Ramsdale being hit by a fan at the end, violence towards players is completely unacceptable. These type of incidents are happening far too often. Players have a right to be safe in their workplace. When a player is attacked, we expect the laws and regulations that are in place to protect players to be properly enforced, which means he will be charged. Secondly, then Gary's come back. Yeah, Gary's come back. Secondly, as the players' union, we treat this with a priority issue. We will continue working with the authorities to demand that players and staff are better protected in their workplace. So that is an official word from a PFA spokesman. Second thing that I've got to say is because we didn't get Arteta's comments at the end, so I'll just put them here. So Arteta, he says on Mudryk joining Chelsea, he said, I am proud to have the players we have. We always want to try and improve the squad. The club are the first to try and improve the players we have. We have to have some discipline and be consistent in the targets we have. We can make the players better. Let's focus on that. Do they need extra bodies? We have some injuries, long-term injuries, and it's not helpful, but we can focus on tomorrow, train better. He says train better twice, and review the game. We will try to improve on the team. There will always be a few parties involved. The club are willing, and they have my support, and I have their support. On the incident, he says he hasn't watched it. I watched a great game of football, and that's what I wanted to talk about. So that's just on Arteta because we missed his last final words. Ebony, you ready to go? Or shall we go to Tony?
Yeah, right. I didn't see the first half, so I'm just going to comment on what I saw in the second half. As I said, the defence was solid, and that includes my fiance. I think Zinchenko gets better and better. I'm actually quite disappointed that we didn't see Tierney today because I think he's actually quite a threat down the left-hand side. But having seen
he came on with 20 minutes to go down the left, but I don't know what his job was. It was a very strange thing. I didn't quite get what Arteta was going for, but he did come on.
Dodgy substitution.
Yeah. And I'm not pleased with the late substitutions with Smith Rowe and Vieira. I would have actually brought them on in the 70th minute because Eddie was looking tired, and Odegaard. Yeah, it is getting to the stage where players need to be rested because we do have more games to come. We've got harder games to come as well. But with regards to going forward, Spurs were on the back foot. I just think Spurs didn't. For me, Spurs didn't create any in the second half. They might have opened us up, but that's about it. They didn't really create anything. So, but from what I saw defensively, Ramsdale gets a 10. White, I think he's one of the players that the Arsenal fans didn't want to come into the team. I give him an 8. Saliba, there's a reason why we should have got him in a lot earlier. And when we signed him initially, he should have been playing from a couple of games after we signed him. I don't know why. I still don't know why we sent him out on loan. We should have actually got him in much earlier, a hell of a lot earlier.
Ebony, can I just say something about this message? Jeez just said, just watch the footage of Mudryk being presented to the Chelsea fans. They barely applauded him. What a complete tonk. Guys, I just want to make a statement here. Mudryk said that he'd been so loved by Arsenal fans on social media. He said he was so surprised, and we get that with all of our players that we're after. As soon as we're linked with a player, Arsenal fans flood their social medias. Last night, Chelsea's directors begged the fans to go to his social media and subscribe because they wouldn't do it. It's just so bad. Anyway, carry on. It's so
Well,
bad.
that's what you get for going to a club. Well, it's not his fault that he's gone to Chelsea, but hey ho, money talks. Gabriel, I'm sure he's learned from his mistakes. He gets an 8. Saliba, he gets an 8. Zinchenko, he gets a 9. I just love the guy, and I can see why Arteta brought him in. And for the rest of the team, I'm just going to give them like 8s and 9s because that's what they deserve. I mean, Odegaard, I loved his goal. I didn't realize that the first goal was an own goal by Lloris. But Odegaard's goal, you would have, like I said, you would have thought that Lloris would have saved that low hanging piece of fruit there. But it's what Odegaard does.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I just think that the fact that we didn't sign, what's his name, Mudryk.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, and as I always say to people, I don't believe that we sign a player until I see the images. So, but we won without him. Do we need him? Only time will tell. We'll see what happens when he plays for Chelsea. But I'm pleased with the scoreline. I was expecting more. I thought we could have created more, but then Tottenham came out in the second half as they normally would do, and the toilet bowl, as I call it, is not an easy place to go to. It's not an easy place to win, and the fact that we've won there for the first time in 9 years, it just goes to show how hostile it can be. But we broke that duck today, so well done.
The toilet bowl has been cleaned.
The toilet definitely has been cleaned. It's got our name on it. We run that thing now. That looked like the Emirates Stadium to me. That's our house. North London, we've got 2 stadiums, Emirates and that toilet bowl over there. Tony, you got the conch.
Yeah, I want to address the Mudryk thing because obviously Evan just brought it up and it's been mentioned in the chat. At the end of the day, Arsenal, I kind of felt they went about this slightly haphazardly because my feeling is Arsenal by now should have brought somebody in. If it wasn't to be Mudryk, it should have been somebody else. You just need another forward attacking player in the team right now, sitting on the bench, ready to come on when Martinelli's having a stinker and you think, okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to move you out. I'm going to bring someone else who can be just as credible a threat going forward, whether that's Wilfred Zaha, whether it's you name it. There's tons of players you could have chosen from.
See, Bertram and you are both saying that. I just haven't heard the names.
No, but the thing is, you don't have to look far to find wingers. They're a dime a dozen. They are literally...
Where are they?
Every team has 6 of them. Any team has 6 of them.
Yeah, I think you can say that, Tone. You can say that, but we've seen from what Arteta's built that he's not just going to go and get this guy just for the sake of it. It has to be the right guy.
That, but I
don't think you do, Tony.
Just say this, guys.
Yeah,
your
I don't
job.
think you understand.
You've got a job. Yeah, you have to look after the squad as it is. You also have to look after the squad as it's gonna be. Yeah, you cannot simply sit on your laurels and think, well, I've got 20 players. If they're fit, I've got 20 players. No.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Man City don't sit on their laurels. Liverpool haven't sat on their laurels. Now, I'm not saying Arteta ain't doing a great job. He's doing an absolutely fantastic job. However, the people who are concerned, who need to go out and give him support, have one task in the January transfer window.
Yeah.
They messed up dismally last season. You can't do it 2 years on a trot.
Yeah,
agreed.
But can you blame them for... the only thing is, I do agree with you to a point, Tony, but Arteta is not
his job.
Tony, I do agree with you to a point, but Arteta, Edu, and Richard Garlick have all said that when we strengthen the squad, it has to be an exceptional player who can add. And the players you're talking about are not better than Saka, and they're not better than Martinelli.
They don't need
so
to
how
be
are they
better
going
than
to add?
Saka. They don't need to be better than Martinelli.
Well, that's what they want, Tony. That's what they're looking for.
I just told you a name. Yeah? In Wilfred Zaha. He's not
No,
going to
Zaha.
replace either of those two players. But I tell you what he can do. If you're in a situation and your player's having a stinker or he's gone down injured, he can come in and he can still be a credible threat. That's my words. Listen to my words. I don't.
I agree with you, Tony. I agree with you. I think
I agree with
I've
him
done the
as
one that
well,
don't
but
get
no
go
one's
Zaha.
giving me any
I'm
names,
asking
and
for
then
a
you bring up
disciple.
Zaha. That's a joke, right? That's a joke. Seriously, that's got to be a joke.
Okay,
If-
let's move
if
on.
they-
Let's move
if-
on.
Okay,
Let me move on.
let's move on. All
Let
right.
me move on. Yeah. So the guys in the back room, you've got 15 days. Literally, you have 15 days to go out and buy another 1 or 2 bodies. The squad is depleted as much as it can be. We are in need of another 2 players. Yeah.
Do you like
Simple as.
Matoma from Brighton? Do you like Matoma?
I don't care. Just get a body in the bloody seat. Instead of having Matt Smith sitting on the bench from an under-21 team, yeah, bring another credible threat who can sit on the bench, and when needs be, if you don't have to trust the Lukonga, that somebody you can say, you know what, sit on the bench. And when we need you, we're going to call you. Just fill in for 20 minutes. But right now, we don't have anybody who we can bring on, because when Martinelli came off, you replaced him with a left back. Yeah, that's the simple, short and tall. You need to find another body who can play across the front 3. If you missed out on Gakpo, who was the ideal option, you should have got Mudryk. If you ain't got Mudryk, go find another. As I said to you, every team is sitting with 6 wing-backs, wingers in their team. Yeah, you're making it out like finding a winger is the hardest thing since sliced bread.
It is, Tony, because there's none out there.
No, Apollo, you're wrong.
Listen, you know what makes me laugh?
Apollo. You're wrong.
Listen, you know what makes me laugh?
Apollo.
Darren
Apollo,
Bent on Talksport asked
hang
this
on.
question to everybody as well. He's saying,
Apollo.
who's out there? No one's answered him.
That's rubbish.
Who's out there,
Rubbish.
Tony?
Absolute rubbish, because I sent you directly a video of a man breaking down in one of the most scientific breakdowns of the players that we could have. Yeah, included in that analysis, he said the ideal replacement right now across our front 3 who could do the press would be Roberto Firmino. Do you remember that video?
I remember it, but
right. Do you remember the other name he brought up?
Can I jump in?
Well, yeah, because Tony hasn't done his player ratings yet, but he wanted to address the Mudryk thing.
Down, yeah?
I wanted to address the Mudryk thing after.
I'll come back. I'll come back. I'll watch. I'll come back.
So, in short, there are plenty of players who you could pick just to play across the front 3. They ain't got to replace Saka. They ain't got to be better than Martinelli. They just have to be a credible threat who can sit on a bench. Now, let me go to my player ratings.
Yeah.
Ramsdale, 9.5, 10. What's the difference? He got a clean sheet, 10. Let's go with 10. Ben White, 8. Saliba, 8. Gabriel, 8. Zinchenko, 9. Partey, 9. Xhaka, 8. Odegaard, 9. 9.5 for Odegaard. Saka, 8. Martinelli, 7. Nketiah, 9.
And Arteta?
9.
Excellent. Yeah, I wanted to address the Mudryk thing after we did the player ratings. Bertram's gone. Otherwise, I would have let him go. I'll try and come back to him with the player ratings. A lot of people have got mixed views. Bertram's coming back now. So, Bertram, you can do your player ratings, and then we can go straight into the Mudryk situation. And I'll just open up the floor on that, because everyone's got opinions on where that should be. Terry saying Tony's still right. 18 saying I can't agree. We need quality, but who's out there? Which is what I kind of said. Bertram, you got the conch. Player ratings, bro. You're on mute, Bertram. You're on mute.
How come nobody's out there in Chelsea buying players? That's the honesty. What do you mean nobody's out there?
Those are the two players we were after.
But I'm just saying, people are out there because we take too long to negotiate sometimes. If I told you it costs you $10 to buy something, don't give me 2, don't give me 3. Say, you know what, it's too expensive, I'm moving on. Don't give me 2, 3, 4, 5. You saw them at Stamford Bridge when they were there negotiating, and you're still pontificating about what you're going to do. Make a decision. I'm not going to go in and go to another
100%.
target. Don't hear trying to undercut me or say you're going to give me a number which it doesn't align with my interest. And people blaming the kid. I heard we were giving the kid 50. They give him 200. Are you kidding me? Why should his loyalty be? People are losing their mind. The kid should come to Arsenal because he likes Arsenal, and he's getting 4 times what we paid him.
Once he found out how much they were paying him, he was gone, mate.
Of course. If you you work for your job, you're loyal to the job. Tony loyal to his school. Some school gonna give Tony 4 times his salary. I love you, but I'm gone. I'm sorry. Get a life.
100%.
We are fans, and that's all we care about is our team, and that's fine. But let's flip it and think about the other side. So let me say, I'm gonna go to my ratings, and then I want to say another point actually. So Ramsdale a 9, White 7.5, Saliba 7.5, Gabriel 9.5, Zinchenko 7.5, Partey 9, Xhaka 7, Odegaard 8.5, Saka 7.5, Martinelli 4, and Nketiah 7.5. Arteta 9.5. Martinelli, go watch the game. Martinelli was awful. I'm sorry, guys. I called it like I see it.
Yeah.
I called it like I see it. He was awful. He can't make a pass. He didn't beat his man once in the game. You didn't watch the game.
Yeah,
he didn't beat the man once in the game. Not once. He can't make a pass. He has defensively tracks back. But you know what? Every player on Arsenal nowadays, that's a natural requirement to come to Arsenal. You have to play both ways.
Yeah.
And tracking back is effort, and I expect effort because you get paid a lot of money. So, look, the kid is a talented kid. We agree with that. In fact, I'm going to give Saka 8 because I thought he was unplayable in the first half. And second half, because Spurs dominated possession, we didn't see our forward line as much in the second half, or our midfield as much. We totally destroyed him. We won the game in the midfield today. Not sure people realize that. But I think our defensive setup wasn't right second half. You can't start your defense in the middle of your own half. Do what Newcastle does. Start your defense just over their half. You're going to play, not low block, but you're going to play lower. Because then you may have closed up all the gaps, but they're going to have possession until they put the ball in the box. Give yourself a little room so you can play zone. You know, yesterday what happened? Against City, they played box on one and City. You know what box on one is, Apollo?
Yep.
They played box on one and De Bruyne yesterday. Watch Fred yesterday play against Man U against City. Box on one. Everybody else plays zone and take the man in your area. The one time Fred left De Bruyne, he set up the goal yesterday. But anyway, for another day. But I do think I wasn't like everyone else said the game was over first half. Because if you're playing at home, and we haven't beat them since Tia tore his knee up in 2015, it's not going to be just a walkover 24/7. They got a lot of chances. Sessegnon, brilliant pass to Son in the first half. That's a clear-cut chance. The pass that Sessegnon got, that Ramsdale towed out. The one he got in the first half. The two that Kane had, the one that Ramsdale saved and the heading save. They got chances, but we were so good in the first half, and Ramsdale was good. We were able to come up with a victory, which in the North London derby is not the norm to win at home. And my hope is going forward that we be a little bit more humble as Arsenal. You know, we haven't won anything yet. We are 18 games in. There are 20 games to play. Let's not get, because didn't Liverpool run down City when they were like 12 points ahead at one point with that City team? Let's be humble. Let's take it one game at a time. And Tony's right, Apollo. We need to get bodies in. We were dead tired second half, but we had no changes.
I know. Yeah.
Dead tired. People, because we press, Apollo. When we press like our Liverpool is to press, or City press, you get tired.
Yeah, I agree with all that, but my frustration is there's players on the bench who can play. That's what's frustrating. Why is there no cleaners on there?
Then the manager went for Mudryk at 7 million because he says, I don't have an advocate replacement. Yeah. Smith Rowe doesn't play any position per se. He's not a true winger. He's not a center forward. He's not a true 10. He's not an 8. He's a very good footballer. Yeah. He doesn't fit in any spot really well. None of our players do. Nelson is out injured. He raced Nelson. I still have my doubts. Marquinhos is not ready. We don't have the bodies. We don't have the quality. What about Leo from Milan, for example, the Portuguese kid? He's an option. They want about 100 mil for him. Go for him. Quick, skillful, tall, strong. What do we think about something like that? Turan is
Leomis,
cheap.
you like him? Leomis likes him.
Yeah, I'd spend 80 mil on him. I'd bid it because he's
Put the money on the table. Put the money on the table. I'm sure they'll think about it. They're not doing well in the league now. They're not winning. Napoli's going to win by a country mile. They may think about taking that money and then reinvest it. Italy doesn't have a ton of money in their teams. So we have options. We got to go out and get the player. Apollo, here's my last point. We cannot have another January come like last year. We went to Vlahovic. We didn't want to come to us. He wanted to go to Juventus. We pontificate, hip and butt. Time window is finished. We had no replacement. We're not missing top 4 by a couple of points.
I agree.
We have a chance to win the league. You take the chance when you get it.
I agree. So, guys, at the moment, we know that the team has called Raphinha, Barcelona. We know they've called Brighton about Trossard. Would any of you guys here take Trossard and Raphinha?
No, I'll take Raphinha over Trossard.
Yeah, but Raphinha has not played well.
Why do we need both?
Yeah, Raphinha has not played well since he left Leeds. Didn't play well in the World Cup. Hasn't played well at Barcelona. 2 goals in 15 games. Not wild. Brilliant play at Leeds. He's fall off. Playing like Dele Alli.
Doesn't go away though, Bertram. Like, I mean, because there's a reason.
He did. Dele Alli's went away.
Yeah, I agree with Leomis. Yeah, no, I think, I think the talent is still there, but yeah, it's a difficult one. It's a difficult one.
I go to Milan and put the money down. I'm sorry. Here's the thing, guys. Arteta want to compete with City. He doesn't want to buy any player who's not going to be young and long term in terms of that player he can see competing for a starting spot. Which is how I think you should build a team. But that costs money. Unless you go find a gem like Caicedo that Brighton did at Ecuador, that's hard to do. Then you're taking a risk which you're not comfortable with.
I think we're short. I think we're short in midfield and we're short in the wing position.
Yeah, we are. Today we brought on 2 or 3 defenders. We brought on 2 defenders.
I don't know what we did. We took a left back and played him as in Martinelli's position.
But you know what happened, Apollo? Because Kulusevski was having a field day with Zinchenko. You know Zinchenko can't defend, right?
Yeah.
He's like, he cannot defend himself.
Yeah.
If Spurs were a little bit smarter, they would have overloaded the right more today, play short passes down the right. Gabriel is aggressive, so he was helping out. Yeah. Zinchenko is brilliant on the ball, by the way. Brilliant on the ball, but he can't defend.
Yeah. I mean, Tony's put a ton of players down there. You can see here he's got Tadek, he's got Asensio, he's got Sarr. He's just put a ton of players down here.
Leo, yes. The rest, I'm not convinced.
Dujan Tadic, please come on, Tone. Dujan Tadic.
I mean, and this is what I'm saying. Like, are these? Would we consider these players of quality? Like, you buy them, would they play ahead of Saka or Martinelli?
No, but Apollo, it wasn't play ahead of the Apollo. No, we can't use that term about play ahead.
I don't think that's the case. I agree that it's not the case of will they play in front. It's the case of can we bring either one of them off and replace them with a player that is going to do as well as they have done.
And that's what I'm trying to say. So, guys, last week I said to you lot, you need to get out of your Arsenal mindset. We are not the team that's looking to put bums on seats. You look at
that's a foolish
no,
thing to
Tony,
say.
listen to what I said last week. You need to think like City. You need to have a team that when you make a substitution, you're not listening, Tony, man. Jesus Christ, you're not listening.
Apollo,
you have to have the mentality.
So let's
all right, I'm done. You lot don't listen, man. You lot don't listen.
Statement. We're not a team to put bums on seats. Yet in the last 3 games, we've had Crozier Dewsbury, we've had Matt Smith, and we've had some other no-name that I don't know from under 21 sitting on our first team bench.
You know, guys, you know what we should do? What we should do is go to Chelsea and ask for one of their wingers. They have a lot of them.
Do it. Liverpool have got 8 of them.
I mean, Chelsea here's the great thing, guys. Chelsea has to get rid of players, you know.
For real.
They have to have 8 English players, right? Out of 25.
That's why.
So therefore, you have
he's on my
17 to
list.
go. They have a problem. They have too many
Phoenix
players.
don't want to be
They
there.
won't give it
Yeah.
to us. though.
Yeah,
Phoenix
they've
don't
got
wanna
3
be
players
there.
that want to leave, including Pulisic and Ziyech. They got 3 players who want out.
So take them.
Yes, we should take one or two of their players.
No,
Jesus Christ.
Pulisic and Ziyech are
Not
pony.
Pulisic. Too injury
They've been
prone.
after Arteta's
He's
been
like
after
Smith Rowe. He doesn't
Jorginho
fit
for
anywhere.
years.
He's like Smith Rowe. He doesn't fit out wide. He doesn't fit in the middle. Brilliant for the US because I watch him quite a bit here, but he's not the player. Ziyech I would take probably. He can be a substitute.
Nah, not for me.
Yeah, I would take Ziyech. Give me a
Listen,
substitute. But
I'm pro.
he's not the
Arteta's
answer.
been
He's not the
after
answer. He's not the
Jorginho
answer.
for 2
Dude,
years.
If you have Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi in your team, you can't buy a player who's going to unseat them. But what you need to do is put what Apollo said you can't do. You need to put a bum on a seat who, when the time comes, can come in and do a job. Because you know you can't replace what's unreplaceable.
Maybe we should buy Sterling.
Jesus
He may be
Christ.
available.
It's not bloody rocket science, dude. You
Listen,
literally are just saying,
I think-
put a bum
I
on a
think the
seat.
main point is right where we put ourselves in this position, top of the league, 8 points clear. We can't allow January to pass by now without bringing in a couple of the players to strengthen our position, which means to me, you need to go and sign proven Premier League quality. You can't go and get some kid who from like Liao or whatever and let him bed in for 3 months. We haven't got that time. Me personally, I would go to Palace and I would get Zaha. He terrorizes Premier League defenders. He's not going to get in front of Martinelli, but what you could do, you can rest Martinelli. You can play Zaha on the left. You can play Zaha through the middle. You can play Zaha on the right. Yeah, he
Gary?
fills 3 positions.
He's not Arteta player, Gary.
He's not
I
an
know he's not an
Arteta
Arteta player,
Gary.
but sometimes you need to
He's
bring in
not an
players.
Apollo player, Gary.
He's not going to defend, mate. It's never
not
going to
an
happen.
No, I like
player,
Zaha. I like Zaha, but if you play for Arsenal, you can't be a prima donna. You have to press, and the dictator determines everything. Dictator doesn't like people who are going to be contrary to him, who's going to talk back to him, who's not going to do what he tells them. And Zaha is a maverick, frankly, as far as I'm concerned. Zaha wants to do his own thing. He's going to run back when he feels like running back. He's going to hold on the ball when Arteta likes to move. I'm telling you, I love Zaha. I've talked up Zaha a lot ever since he was at Crystal from way back when to Man U, back to Crystal. But Zaha doesn't always play defense.
That's what
And
I'm saying.
Arteta's team, you have to play defense.
You got to play.
But he's a good player. It would be good for us, actually.
I've not heard hardly any of the names you guys are talking about. I've maybe 1 or 2, but I can't see it. I just
No,
can't
but
see it.
Apollo, they're players out in Apollo. We just don't know them. The kid from Brighton yesterday, he was the one that terrorized us in the previous game.
That's why. That's
And
what I mentioned him.
terrorized.
Matuma.
But I'm saying the
Mentioned
Japanese
him.
kid, the Japanese
Matuma.
kid, there are players out there who can do a job.
Yeah.
And he's
Do you
young too. He's what,
remember,
21?
Do you remember in the World Cup, a player by the name of Mbueno?
And Bueno, we mean for Brentford. And Bueno's a good player. And Bueno's a very good player, and he plays both ways. He's a very good player.
Thank
He's a very good
you.
player. He's a very good player, by the way. He's a very good
talking
player.
like there's players
He
don't
can do a
exist.
job. He can do a
You've
job.
got
He
the
can do a
world
job.
of football to choose from, and you're telling me you can't think of 10 players who could just sit on the bench and come on with 10 minutes left and just say, "Go on, run up
Tony,
and down."
you
as
just
fast
don't
as
get
you
it,
can
bro.
run."
They don't want
I'll tell you what, Tony.
So
Kingsley Coman's a
it's
great
not an
shot.
option, Tony. Tony,
The
that
kid from,
option
you know, the
is
kid from
not on the
Leeds?
table. It's
The kid
not
from
on
Leeds that played on the
table,
left
Tony.
is also the Italian kid, the 18-year-old. He's also a good player.
This is exactly why I said
He's a good
Arsenal
player.
fans need to change their mindset. You are not Arsenal in 8th place anymore. You are trying to win a championship. And the only way you
Crozier
do that
Dubry, yeah?
is that
With
when you
Crozier
play
Dubry on the bench.
2 guys up front, when you
With
play a
Crozier
Foden,
Dubry on the
and then
bench.
you
What you got against? What you got against Crozier
you know,
Dubry?
De Bruyne,
What's he done to
you've
you?
got to bring off Grealish off the bench and Morez off the bench. That's what he's trying to do. And you guys ain't
Right.
seeing that.
But
Yeah, they're not seeing it.
Apollo.
In the absence of that-
Wait, Tony, 1 second. How long is it going to have Apollo? We have gone 18 months with the same theory, Apollo, and I agree with you. But Apollo, how long are we going to do this? 5 years? 10 years? Then Partey gets old? Then Xhaka gets old? You got to make some decisions. Take some risk. You can't, the longer you put off, Partey's about 35, going on 36. You look at his face. That's an Africa thing.
That's in African years.
He ain't getting no
That's
younger. He
African
ain't getting no
years.
younger. You gotta win now. You have to win now. We have to take some risk. I understand what look, it makes sense, right? It's a process. He wants young kids. with world-class talent, and that's all great.
Yeah,
you got to make some compromise.
Exactly.
You have to make some compromise, Apollo, else you're going to end up not winning anything. You got to make some compromise.
Thank you, and thank you, Bertram.
Well, let's see
what happened last year. Last year in January, when we needed a couple of heads, just to give us a little boost, they did nothing. And what did we do? We capitulated.
Well, Tony and Bertram, let's see what they do. Let's see what they do for the next 2 weeks in terms of who they bring in, because they definitely need help. They need help in the middle.
I don't know if it's Mighty that playing up or everyone else's.
What's that?
I think it's mine.
Yeah, because the streaming device counteracts anybody's slow connections and speed it up. So it does that online.
By the way, guys, Brighton looked like us yesterday. They played beautiful football.
Who's that?
So if Brighton, when they played yesterday, they played beautiful. They played beautiful football, especially the middle part with Caicedo and McAllister. If we get Trossard, he'd be a stopgap player, but maybe plug a hole for the time being. Because Martinelli sometimes needs to go sit on the bench and watch.
Thank you, Bertram.
And you know what impressed me about that Brighton win is they didn't have him, and it reminded me when Brighton beat Liverpool. They didn't have Tony, and the league is changing, guys. We have our stars, and teams have their best players, but we're getting to the point now where your best player doesn't have to be on your team. And I remember speaking to a ton of Arsenal fans who thought because Jesus was going to be out and Eddie was going to come in that we were going to drop off. And it's just like, guys, it's not just us. Teams, if you look around the grid at the Brightons and the Brentfords, they're beating top teams without their top players. And that, guys, is telling you how competitive this team is. I was hugely impressed with Brighton yesterday because, look, there's no Graham Potter there.
Yeah, but
Welbeck's goal was brilliant.
But at the same time, Apollo, you have to recognise that in the Oxford game, when we didn't have Partey and we didn't have Odegaard and we didn't have Xhaka, the midfield looked dead.
And when Xhaka and Zinchenko came on, the game changed.
Yeah, it game changed exactly.
Yeah.
We
need some quality. They have to make some decisions.
We are
gonna regret us not making a decision in January to get a couple players in.
Well, the first thing they did was they flew out. Edu and Arteta flew out to speak to Josh, and Stan and Josh gave them 100 million. So at least that's the hard part. The hard part is they give these guys back the team, give these guys money to get you over the line. Because now the conversation on Monday morning is different than what it was last week, Bertram. Now you're 8 points clear. Yeah.
And look, I don't disagree with the decision not to pay over the odds. We got to be very careful here. We don't have. Here's what I'm confused about. When you're a private equity firm, you don't throw away money. So I'm not sure where Bowley getting this money from. You must buy it from the bank. I don't know how FFP how that works, because if you're spending all that money on salary and acquisitions, where's that money coming from? PE needs to get at least 3-4 times X return on their money. Where are you going to get return on that money from? Chelsea's not selling for £60 million. It's really confusing to me. But whatever they're doing, they seem to be getting money from out of the air and just spending it. They're jacking the price up, and we can't compete with that. We're going to be very prudent with our money. Anyone Brighton is following, we should do what Chelsea does with us. They follow us with Raphinha, they follow us with Mudryk. Let's go follow what Brighton is following. They seem to get it right.
Yeah. Here's where the discussion changes, Bertram, and me and Tony talked about this last week. When Leicester City won the title, that earned them 400 million over the next 12 months in commercial business. So if Arsenal win, if you throw all your hat at it, which is what the owners were told, your commercial business is going to shoot through the roof. Your television money, everything's just going to go. The Emirates deal is up. The accelerator on the Adidas deal starts next year, and that runs for 230. And remember, that's an accelerator contract. So it's not set in stone. It's based on where you finish. So the higher you are in the league, the more money Adidas going to pay to you. And they've sworn to that now. They can't get out of that contract. So all these things speaks volumes. If we win the league, the money coming into this club, guys, is going to be ridiculous. That being said, that fortifies the money that you spend now and the debt that you have. It takes care of all of that. So for me, financially, there should be no major concerns moving forward.
Yeah, look, I mean, if you look at City and Chelsea, and you see with Newcastle down the road, their commercial revenues have increased exponentially, frankly. Even though I think City is manipulated. I think the owner puts money in through some other ventures. But their numbers have grown significantly over the last 5 years, 10 years or so. If when you win, you get more fans, you get more bandwagonists on your team, you get more sponsors want to do business with you. It's not gate receipts, it's the commercial revenues. We have to find a way to win this year. We're 8 points ahead, almost halfway through the season. We have a chance to win this, real chance.
I mean, the fact of the matter is that commercially, as a worldwide entity,
I'm the Tony. Didn't pay his internet bill.
Yeah, Tony frozen up a bit. What's that, Tony? Can you repeat that?
Sorry, I was saying, as an entity, we're massive in the world. You got to understand, Arsenal are starting from a place of high, positioning. We're way bigger than Chelsea. Yeah, they've been winning for years and years, but we're still a bigger team. We got more fans globally. We got more followers globally. Yeah. So when we got an opportunity to enhance what we have, it's like taking a legacy like the Patriots or, the 49ers. Everyone knows the 49ers. Everybody knows, the Redskins. Everybody knows the Cowboys. Even like the Cowboys as a classic example. America's team. They ain't even been in a playoff for how long? All of a sudden, do you know what I mean? They're now riding the crest of a wave. They got some players in, the money. The Jerry Jones has gone. Let me invest because you know what? If we have a credible run, I can start bringing in new fans and new people coming into this club because that winning feeling emanates commercial gain.
Tony, if we win this year, we should pursue Bellingham. That's what I'm talking about. Because people want to come after. Players want to come join you if you can beat the Manchester of the world. They want to beat the Manchester of the world with all those talent that they have. And it's a young team. You bring in young, exceptional players to join other young players. They grow together. We should push to win this year. We have to.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. And guys, any other topics to bring up, guys, before we shut this stream off? I am going to show the league table here. This is what we look like at the moment. Anybody thoughts on that? Look at that table. Doesn't that look beautiful? That
goal difference look good also. We have goal difference with a team that has a scorer who scored, 20 in about 17, 18 games. So we're doing well from a goal difference standpoint.
Bertram, I'm not sure if you saw my video yesterday, on Thursday, sorry, that's up on the channel. I was talking about Ronaldo went to Manchester United, disrupt the flow of their front flowing game. Rashford, Martial, Bruno Fernandes, all players scoring in double digits, assists, everything was happening. They were joint like the most attacking front three in the league outside of Liverpool. And then Ronaldo came in and sucked out all the energy of the team, and my video's up on the channel for you guys who haven't seen that. My point was that Haaland's come in, put in an elite level of goal scoring, but they no longer have that support, the support they had from Sterling, Jesus, Mahrez, and all these goals that was happening from there. It's not happening for them. And when we saw them lose last week against Southampton, it was a point that it was indicative of my point, in the fact that where were the goals coming from? Man City played 90 minutes for the first time and never had a single shot on target.
Yeah, because what people don't realize yesterday is how Man U played them. They started defense just over City's half. They played box and one on De Bruyne. Silva was playing really deep. De Bruyne was out of the game. The one time Fred left De Bruyne, he said the goal for Grealish. They played him smart yesterday. And the goal should have been given. Let's be frank. That first goal, they should not have been given. That's ridiculous.
I agree. Yeah, but I must say, how much in the link-up play did Haaland have for City?
Haaland doesn't link up.
Exactly.
Haaland finishes, but I don't think it's because he can't link up.
I think sometimes Guardiola tries to be too clever.
Well, he is always too clever in the Champions League. That's why they never win it.
Yeah, I remember there was a remark Kevin De Bruyne made 3 weeks ago after Christmas or just before Christmas. He said, I don't even look where he is. I just put the ball into the area and I know he'll get on it.
Well, he didn't get a chance yesterday to do much of that because Fred was on him like white and rice.
That's right. That's right. and look, I said this in November. I said two things to you guys. I said too much of it is going through through Haaland, and I also said to you guys that City are going to drop points. Now it's quite clear to us and everyone else now that City are not as good as they were last season because he's disrupted the flow of that team. He's brilliant. He's fantastic. He'll break records, but it's not the Man City that you know. It isn't the team where everything is going to flow through everywhere and everyone's going to be scored. Haven't you guys noticed something? There's no goals in the midfield. You know, Cancelo, Rodri, all them guys, you know, they were scoring all the time. When was the last time?
But is that Haaland or is it just the team not playing up to their ability?
It's when you look, Liverpool, me and Tony talked about this, about Liverpool. When you bring in Nunes, how's that going to affect that front three? And it has.
I think Nunes is going to be an exceptional player. I think Nunes is going to be an exceptional player.
He is, but Haaland's an exceptional player. So my point is...
No, Nunes is more rounded than Haaland, Apollo. Much more rounded.
Bertram, hear what I'm saying. When you become the focal point, that changes the balance of the team. And that affects your outcome. And we're seeing it with Man City. Man City are not a bad team, but they're a different team. They play a different way, and it's all one-way traffic. And once you nullify that player, which is what Fred done, yeah? And it's not just Fred. You look back through the last 3 games they've had. What's the guy? Pillock, Brentford. These guys are doing it to him. They're balling him out. If you put Saliba or Gabriel on him to do the same thing, you'll probably have the same effect. They're not as good as they were last season. Last season, Man City were exceptional. You could give them the 3 points before they even stepped on the field. This is the best. I'm coinciding this with your statement that this is the best time for Arsenal to charge for the title.
Look, if we lose 2 games to Man City, we can still win the title if we win all our other games.
That's
a great place. That's a great place to be in. And we still have a game on like Spurs, for example. So we have a game in a few teams and Newcastle. So we should be pushing to win. And I can't wait to play Man City, by the way. I want to see how we...
By the way, don't forget who Man City play next.
I know.
They're at Spurs.
Where they've lost 4 of the last 6.
They actually played Spurs twice before we play them.
We're done with Spurs now. After next week, we're done with United.
9 wins in a row for United. 9 wins in a row, guys.
You know, we've got Liverpool. I'm not even worried about Chelsea, to be honest. We've got Liverpool and City twice.
Not worried about.
Yeah, well, we're going to play Liverpool when they get all their players back. The Diaz, the Nunes, the Xhaka, the Firminos, they have a lot of players out. We're going to play them when they have their players
coming back from injury, Bertram, then, you know, it's a bit like Kulusevski today. Today, we didn't see Kulusevski.
Yeah.
But we know in 3 weeks' time, Kulusevski is going to be a different animal.
Yeah. Same as
his crossing was off today, but he was still giving us trouble.
Yeah.
His crossing was off.
When I talked about Smith Rowe, talked about Smith Rowe, Alex from Cannonford has said to me, is he actually 100% Apollo? And then I said to him, you know what, that's a good point, mate, because depending on his level of fitness is going to be how much minutes he's going to play today. And unfortunately, it wasn't a lot.
It's a seat on the bench, bro. It's just a seat on the bench. He's not better than what you got on the pitch, but he just needed to be a credible threat. Someone who could get up and down, interfere with lines of play, and make their job of turning defense to offense difficult. Because that's what Martinelli does. Martinelli is no great tackler. Let's not forget that. Yeah? But what he does is he operates in Arteta's system to interrupt play where he can and to create offensive opportunities when we are on the break. Yeah? So that's all we need. I ain't looking for the next Neymar. I'm looking for somebody who can drop into a hole, pick up a ball and control it at
Jesus Christ,
like
guys, Dolphins 17, Bills 17. What a game.
5 minutes ago, bro.
Wow.
Come on.
That was 73 just now. I was watching it.
Yeah, I just put it on my Sky Sports, but I'm delayed on my Xbox, as you guys know. Yeah. I don't know what game Bertram watching. Bertram deep into some game.
No, Buffalo almost scored. He's going to score a touchdown, but they're doing a review of Diggs scoring a touchdown. I think he didn't have possession when he went out of bounds there. They call him out, but they're doing a review of it. So it may be a touchdown for Buffalo.
Wow.
I don't think he had the ball. No, he didn't have possession. I wouldn't give that touchdown. Anyway.
Wow. So, guys, listen. Any last closing comments? Let's go around. Tony, what's your thoughts about today? Happy party.
I'm so happy, so happy. Look, we're really lucky because we have a run of fixtures, yeah, where we have a week break in between every fixture for the next 3 games. Yeah, so if you got a knock today, you got a week to work that out. Yeah, that's not going to happen in February. In February, we're back to 3 games a week.
Yeah,
3 games a week, bro. Which is why it's important that when February comes, our business needs to be better, bro. We need to have numbers. We need to have more than Crozier Dubry on the bench, Matt Smith on the bench, Charlie Patino on the bench. All these youngsters, they're great for the future, but they're not the ones we should be having on the bench right now.
Yeah, I mean, my frustration is that I don't know what's going on with Marquinhos. Plenty of other teams are playing 19-year-olds.
He's not ready.
Well,
physically, he's not strong enough.
Arteta's not putting him on there, so
he's not
that
strong
tells
enough.
You something.
He's a good player. I've seen him at under-23s. I've seen him. He's a good player, but he's not physically strong enough for the Premier League against real grown men. 24, 25, 26-year-old men can just shoulder him for fun. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you something.
After 80 minutes today, Saka couldn't even run.
Let me just tell you something for nothing. Yesterday, Man United put on a masterclass with their three centre-backs. Luke Shaw, Wan-Bissaka. They was talking about Wan-Bissaka going back to Crystal Palace. And I've got to say, I don't know why we don't buy him. Because yesterday...
We don't need him. We don't need him.
Yeah,
but I would say what impressed me about him was his offensive game. He was beating people. He was holding the ball in tight corners and moving it out. He's always been a good defender. People critique him for his offensive skill a lot there, but yesterday he was doing a much better job offensively. But you're right, they were brilliant defensively.
He looked like Lamptey yesterday.
Yeah, but Lamptey can't get into the Brighton team anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's look, guys. I mean, we just have to pray that they get some business done. Leomis, closing comments, bro.
Brilliant game. I love it. It's an opportunity. We beat our rivals. Like who wouldn't love that? Now, for me, I'm really looking forward to Arsenal City because I know that we have to face them twice, and as long as we beat them once and we do exactly what we've been doing, win the league. And that would just be amazing, absolutely amazing. So, great performance from Arsenal today. On to the next.
Because the thing about that, Neomis, is Man United now, I just spoke to my nephew, and I was watching a match with my nephew in Birmingham yesterday, and I said to him, I said, I'm a Man United fan today, I want you to beat City. And after that game, he turned around to me and he said, right, Apollo, he said, right, uncle, I want you to go and do your thing now. And then I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, because look, even if you beat us, the way he's talking, they want to catch City. And right now, Man United is a point behind Manchester City. So if we can take points off City, which is all the United fans are thinking of, then they can pounce them. He even said to me, uncle, I want you lot to win the league. He goes, I don't want Man City to win the league. He goes, I prefer Arsenal to win it. But he goes, we want to finish second. United want to finish second. This is really hyper competitive what's going on there now, Neomis.
Yeah. I mean, listen, this season is a crazy season. What Ten Hag is doing with Man United, I think is really good. And this second half of the season, they might actually do it. I don't know what Weghorst is going to do for Man United, but you have to think that they have a plan on how to get the best out of him. And I think Ten Hag is doing exactly what Arteta is doing with Arsenal, and he's able to get the team playing in a certain way with tactics, and so it's going to be close. And don't be surprised if it's a two-legged race between Arsenal and Man United for the title.
Yeah, because the cards haven't settled yet. When you drop them on the floor, this is how it could look. Ebony, if we beat City, we're 11 points ahead of them.
Well, that's that. Then we will beat City. I'm the optimist. out of all of us 6. And I believe that we can actually play them off the park. They're beatable. We all know they're beatable. So, we can match them. I think our next game, our first game against them is at home. We will beat them at home. And I think that, if we continue on the trajectory that we then we can win the league and we can beat Man United, which is our next game. We beat them.
Speaking of our trajectory, Gary, 1 loss in 18 games.
Yeah, and even that was a dubious one. We were talking about that before we come on air, weren't we?
Yeah,
even that was dubious. Let's have it right. We went 1-0 up. It was a ridiculous goal to get cancelled out, and then I didn't think we covered ourselves in glory when we got back to 1-1 there either. But in most games, we haven't actually looked like losing. Even against Man United, we didn't look like we was going to lose.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't think we have to beat City. I just think we don't have to lose to City. I think if we take 3 points off of them and a draw, or just get 2 draws, I don't think they'll catch us, because I think we'll beat everyone we'll come up against. I think we beat everyone else.
Yeah, I
agree. And I think Guardiola knows that.
Big shout out to you, Nay. Nay, you lot must have been on fire in the pub today. So I wish I was there with you, man. Bertram, I don't even have any questions for you because, man, I'm just so happy. Like, I'm going to go eat my dinner after this, and I'm just going to look at the table for about another 10, 20 minutes. And I can't believe this, man. I mean, this is exceptional. Hey, and Bertram, I know you don't like losing.
Well, I didn't fully enjoy the entire game today, and here is why. So first half, I said to myself, my Giants playing later, this is all over. But I didn't think we're going to win easily. I know Spurs would come back. I wasn't that comfortable second half. And that's why here I agree with Tony, which is when you play City, our game is tailor-made for City. Yes, we can attack them. When Morris played against Zinchenko, he's not going to make those bad passes Kulusevski was doing. They're much more composed on the ball. It's going to be a more difficult game for us. And second half, we were tight. By the way, we should have lost the Leeds, by the way. So I agree we should have lost to Man U, but we should have lost the Leeds. That was a game we should have lost. So we only have 1 loss this season. My problem with us is the second half, we seem to get tired. We gave up second half goals to Leicester. We were struggling against Brighton at the end of the game. They had an offside goal that made it 4-3. We dominated first half and early second half. We have to realize we need like-for-like changes in the second half, say the 60th minute. And we don't have that at point. They can make those changes. They take off Foden, they put on Grealish. He looked better than Foden yesterday. And Foden's a very good player. We don't have those alternatives and those changes at our disposal, which then makes it difficult for us. And frankly, guys, got to think about this. Suppose Saka get injured. Suppose Martinelli get injured. Suppose Nketiah get injured. Forget it, cross fingers. Suppose Partey get injured. We have certain key players we have no replacement for. That's not the way with Man U. That's not the way with Man City. That's not the way with Newcastle.
Danilo goes to Forest for 20 million. 20 million would have been a slip for a young 22-year-old player.
And we were pursuing him for a while, weren't we? And we pulled out of it.
Exactly. And then he goes, it just makes no sense.
Well, I heard he lost form somewhat, so maybe that's why.
Hey, Neomis.
Yeah.
Hey, Neomis, did you see what Alexander Isak is such a quality player now. He came on today, he changed the game for them guys. And he's hard, he's been injured for most of the time. But he's scoring goals. It's like when they play him, he scores goals. He's a real difference maker for them.
Go spend 100 million. Go ahead, Naomi. Sorry, go ahead.
Next season, when he's like fully healthy for a whole season, everybody will see the quality on why we should have gone Alexander Isak. Like, technically, so good.
Yeah, I think Wilson is good. I think Wilson is good, by the way. You're not trying to get a Wilson.
Hey, make up your mind. Send Maximum or Wilson. You can't have both, man.
No, send a forward. I hope I say Maximum tomorrow. I'm about to say Maximum tomorrow.
Can I throw a name in the hat? Because if we're going to spend 100 million, on a player, go buy Victor Osimhen.
I was going to, Tony, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to say that.
I play Jesus where?
Don't worry about where Jesus played. Just bring in Victor Osimhen, bro.
Osimhen is quality. That's man is quality. Quality. Big, strong, quick.
Chelsea was supposed to sign him, and then because they've spent the Mudryk money, now they pulled out.
And João Felix, what's that? You know, if they bought João Felix, how they gonna? They bought Nkunku for the next summer, so they're not gonna buy Osimhen and Nkunku.
Yeah, well, they're not gonna buy Felix. Felix was a
You know what? Nkunku would have been a good buy. You know why? Yeah. Nkunku is very versatile. He can play midfield, for Christ's sake. He can play the 8. He can play wide. He can play through the middle. He'd be a good buy. And they only paid 50 mil for him.
So I take it Tielemans is out of the question. Then that's.
Oh no! They'll probably get him on a free this summer.
No.
They'll get him on a free. Bertrand
don't get him. Don't even get him for if he has to pay you. Don't take him.
Yeah.
No. We don't want. I've watched him enough. I don't want Tielemans. We want Savic. I would take Savic. Go pay 50 million for Savic, and go pay 100 million for Leon from Milan. I'll pay 100 million for Osimhen. I'm good with that.
Yeah, I'd go and get Osimhen because don't forget Jesus can play left, he can play right, he can play through the centre. You know, he done it for City.
How long is it for Jesus to get back from injury?
Another month, isn't it?
He started like running in the last week, but he's going to be out, and it's another 6 to 8 weeks. I did say when everybody was saying March, I said February because I've been hearing things from the training ground. And he's ahead of schedule. He's ahead of schedule.
So was it arthroscopic knee surgery? What kind of knee surgery he had? About 4 of those. What kind of knee surgery did he have?
It was arthroscopic.
Yeah, maybe easier then.
He's ahead. It was more complex than what they thought it was. But I've seen guys in the NFL recover from these things in 2 months, not 3.
Yeah, but they're taking steroids. That's a different story.
Yeah, and that's why I said to you guys, he'll be back earlier. And when they took the brace off and started light running, he looks like he's on track to come back a month earlier, which is end of February. My only concern with him is then being fit and being match fit are 2 different things. So what happens there? If it's mid-February, then you got a couple of weeks to bring him up to speed, and he'll be around when we enter the Europa because that's when we really need him. Yeah.
So when he's up and running, does he start or does Nketiah starts?
For me, Eddie starts and you play him on the left. I would take Martinelli out and put Jesus. Jesus played 94% of his games for City on the left. I'd put him on the left and put Eddie.
I think he wants to play. He wants to play centre forward. Though.
He does, but he ain't the manager.
And I think you see today sometimes in the hole when Odegaard and Saka are able to play deep in the hole with pressure around them. Yeah. How comport they are. I don't think Nketiah has that uniqueness in the hole to really pivot and do something exceptional. He plays a traditional, straightforward game. You want that ability to wiggle out of difficult situations.
I don't know. I think
Eddie
can do that. I think Eddie could bring that into his game. I think
Nketiah controls like Lukaku. His control is like Lukaku's.
No, I thought he held the ball up quite well today. I thought he done well today. I wouldn't disgrace him by calling him Lukaku.
Twice today, got one on the left. He could have gone in and gone. And the one that Xhaka gave him, that's a tap in. Sorry.
Yeah.
If he controlled the ball, by the way, Apollo, I don't hear you talk about that pass. That's a brilliant pass.
Yes, it was a brilliant pass. It was.
Because he had option on left. He went between the lines on a dime and Nketiah muffled it.
Yeah.
But he's played well. The kid has played well.
Yeah, and the thing is, he just turned 23, guys. He's there right now. He's playing like a player who's worth $100,000 a week. That's what you're getting $100,000 a week's player for a team that's at the top of the league. That's big things. That's big things right now.
I mean, there was one day today he even turned up in the right back spot, tackling back.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But he's always done that though. That's why I remember when I used to talk to Tony and Bertram, and they kept talking about him scoring, and it's like, hold on, there's more to this guy's game. Look at what he does off the ball. He's link play as well. There's a lot more to Eddie, but people can see that now. Now everyone's watching him properly for 90 minutes. They're like, right, okay, now I see what he's doing.
What have you been saying to Apollo? What have you been saying?
Ebony, same thing. He's a total package. And, they thought he was, he's lightweight. No, he's not. He's 5'11". Lacazette is 5'8". When you saw Eddie hold off Basuma today, what did you think?
I thought, wow. You could show I told you before the season started, he's been putting in extra sessions. I know he's fitness coach in Foster's.
yeah.
I see his gym part outside my mum's house every day. Well, not every day, every week. Once a week, I see his gym part there.
His second goal against Oxford, when he dinked the goalkeeper like that, was just ridiculous. But the thing is, the guy's been doing that since he was, God knows, you know. Sometimes, like we talk about Saka. A couple of years ago, Saka couldn't even hit the target. He kept hitting it straight at the goalkeeper. Now you're seeing Saka go high, go left low, go right wide, right upper tier. Saka's starting to work on his finishing now. Eddie's been doing that since he was 16.
No, Saka started to use his right foot because he only walked in it at one point. Which is a good thing. That's a good thing. That's how he scored today, even though Luis should be blamed, but that's how he scored. And he scored with his right foot in a Europa League game also. He's been doing more of that.
Yeah, it's just been absolutely brilliant, man. So listen, guys, we're gonna leave it there. Thanks to everybody joining the stream today. That's it, guys. Double-digit delight for Arsenal. They win 2-0 at Spurs, and they move 8 points clear at the top of the Premier League. That, guys, is a statement win for the Arsenal, who have won for the first time at Tottenham since 2014. Absolutely brilliant, guys. We're on our way. And I can't wait to. I'm going to head to the Tottenham forums now. I'm going to talk to my friend Andy in the chat if he's still around. No, but fair play to Andy.
We're all going to be watching out for expressions, yeah, because you know how we.
I'm on that. I think you guys should change. You guys should change. Actually, you should play. You should do something a bit different. You should empathize and sympathize, because then you're showing that then you're showing that you're below me. I'm not going to give you a hard time because you are where you belong. Yeah. You are where you belong. I'm not going to give you a hard time because I won a big game. You're not the competition anymore. You're not the competition. My competition is Man City.
Normal service has resumed.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Listen, we're in the palace and Spurs are in the caves, man. They're peasants.
So Tottering's days come early this year.
Yeah, they're peasants, bro.
Let them talk about firing their coach who's world-class coach. They say they have a better manager. Let them go fire their better manager. Even though I do think we've done a good job in the quality of players that we have. Let's keep emphasizing Apollo. I know what we want to buy the perfect player, but sometimes you gotta do a buy which you know is not gonna be long term, but to satisfy a specific goal right now. Yeah. And maybe throw away money, but we gotta go throw away some money to achieve our goal.
I think that's spot
look,
on,
Bertram, they've done a great job so far. Yeah,
yes, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, they've done a great job so far. All right, guys, listen, thank you, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And guys, man, we're on our way. It's happening, guys.
Enjoy, guys. Bye.
All right, nice one, guys.
See you later, people.